a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam morning show, building communities together with you. Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW Perfect, Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam morning show, building communities together with you. Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW Perfect, Mondays to Fridays, 6:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. GMT. Mpɔtam morning show, building communities together with you. Swabadu Zatokataya, Red Makatonda Yataya, Rubado Gagaba. No weapon fashioned against us shall prosper. Lord, I thank you for the power of resurrection that is at work in my life and situation for a sustained breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I ask for a deployment of the power of the Holy Spirit into your finances for notable and sustainable breakthrough. In the name of Jesus, I breathe on you the Spirit of God upon your life, upon your finances, upon your business. May the power of God come afresh upon you. I curse, I block, I thwart, I sabotage, I pull down, I throw down every force of darkness contending with you. Let that power bow in the name of Jesus. For this is the day the Lord has made. May you rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of the Lord. In his presence there is fullness of joy. At his right hand there are pleasures forevermore. By strength shall no man prevail. With God on your side, you are powerful than the powerful, stronger than the strongest. In the name of Jesus, when God is on your side, power is on your side, favor is on your side, glory is on your side. The glory of this latter house shall be greater than of the former. I pray for you. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May you be lifted. May you be elevated. May God grant you favor in every sphere of your life. In the name of Jesus, may God elevate you. May your going out be blessed. May your coming in be blessed. Wherever the sole of your feet shall tread upon, may you possess the place. I pray that any witchcraft coven plotting and scheming, planning and plotting against your destiny, let every force of darkness backfire by fire, backfire by fire. Break every conspiracy. Break in the name of Jesus. Break is your word, not like hammer breaking rocks into pieces. I block, I break, I pull down, I throw down every works of the devil. I cover you in the blood. May the finger of God come afresh upon you. May God order your steps into all righteousness. May you be elevated. May you be favored. May God bless you with marriage, bless you with finances, bless you with wealth and riches. Rabadusa tokataya, makatonda yataya, rabadosata. Let victory be your portion. Upon Mount Zion there shall be deliverance, and the house of Lawrence success, and the house of Holy of Holies, and the house of God shall be victorious. You are covered in the blood. You are favored. May you be lifted. May you rise and never come down. May God arise and let your enemies be scattered. You are covered in the blood. May you be elevated. May God cover you in the blood. By the efficacy of the blood, let every mountain crumble. Let every valley be filled. Let every good morning, good morning. which part of the globe. This Mpɔtam morning show, special edition. Our focus will be at Assin not by election. You know what time it is? It's time for Mpɔtam morning show, your favorite morning show. We streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for your favorite morning show in Mpɔtam. I'll be with you from now till 10 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. This is time to do exploit. Go ahead and praise the name of the Lord, magnify the name of the Lord, give God some crazy praise, bless his name, adore his name. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. Lord, help me. Shot fired, fingers crossed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen and amen. A naming call, show produced by GH. My co-host David Santos, give Tianane, steering things up for you this morning, making sure that we give you the best, nothing but the best. We are fearless, we are credible, we are authentic. We give you the best. So very soon I'll put on the line and speak with our reporter, Free, all the way in Assin North, specifically Assin Breku. They are all there. Today, every political animal is in Assin North. It's amazing. All right, Ghanaians have queued already, ready to cast their vote, to exercise their franchise, making sure that they give the nod to the right person. Between Charles Opoku of the MPP and James Jachi Kwesi, the most troubled politician I've ever come across. Alright, so that is the NDC's candidate, Jachi Kwesi. And then finally, Bernice will also be rocking shoulders with the ideology with MPP and NDC candidates. Bernice of the Liberal People's Party of Ghana, LPG. Alright, so we acknowledge our sponsors quickly, and then we'll do our possible best and put our brother on the line. So Homies Restaurant and Pub, Homies Restaurant and Pub, they are located at Community 9, directly opposite the driving school, close to the washing bay. They have all kinds of foods, fufu with all kinds of soup, banku and okro, or tilapia, and pesi with kontomire or garden egg stew, abunebunu, bush meat, jollof rice and fried rice, wache, assorted drinks, every kind of drinks, any one you want, they will serve you with every kind of drink. They also serve delicious breakfast. They work from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Can you imagine? 6 a.m. As early as 6 a.m. you have food to eat at Homies Restaurant and Pub. 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. They have delivery services also available. Contact Homies Restaurant and Pub on 0244 887349, 0244 887349, or 0269 314725, 0269314725. Se eba enkoko eyene enkoko tondia baby baako pena wasa odi wani chire eye Kwadu Farms omo layers omo broilers white and omo ton 14 Ghana cedis, brown and so omo ton 13 cedis 50 pesos, cockerels no white cocks no omo ton 2 Ghana cedis, brown cocks no so omo ton 5 cedi 50 pesos, Plymouth and the amena friend check no omo ton 5 Ghana cedis, Sasso birds and so omo ton 9 cedi 50 pesos. Kwadu Farms or Tantra Hills, a Benadebia, Nebene Day, or maybe on my point was on your man for Bedidra, or your nationwide delivery. There's a baby a war Ghana share so Wamo Eddie and Kokono, Ebetua or Omo Kokono, who had Dim Papa, Omo Mufi, Ivory Coast. Almost say, don't be a seasonal farmer. Just a train my baby new and son at what to a cocoa and answer why ya cocoa. Contact you it was 0245 99 quadruple 0 0245 990000 and answer 0243 50 2811 0243 50 2811. Kwadu Farms. Don't be a seasonal farmer. When it comes to shoes, the only place to go is Nada One Shoes. Nada One Shoes is into sales of all kinds of shoes, belt, and bags for kids and adult. Contact Nada One Shoes on 0256 83 6112 0256 83 6112. Nada One Shoes is located at Community 11, directly opposite Community 11 School Campus. All right, so contact them as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to photography, the only place to go is Shabak Photography. Shabak Photography. They are into all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot for all events. They are available to take you wonderful shots during your weddings, your engagement, your birthday parties, and your naming ceremonies. Contact Shabak Photography on 0244 671593 0244 671593. Shabak Photography is located at Community 11 adjacent Presbyterian University Tema Campus. Contact them now for your shots. Now, when it comes to balloon decor, the only place to go is Lotelo Balloon Decor. Lotelo Balloon Decor. Lotelo Balloon Decor is located at Community 1, directly opposite Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, TMA branch. Contact Lotelo on 0542 371320. 0542 371320. Contact Lotelo for all your balloon decors. I'll go for a quick break, and when I'm back, we'll do justice. Today is politics, and the show is dedicated to all Ghanaians who are ready, who are poised, who are gearing up to cast their vote, to exercise their civil right by exercising their franchise. According to the 1992 Constitution, you have a civil right to cast your vote and elect your member of parliament. Stick and stay right here in Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect.
Asampayetia Obayansa fuso wo munibia wanka na asam Zema futu sam kakre wa supreme Yo kofi Omaya wo
Omaya mimai Omaya onso mai wonsom ye di nipa na ye Ghana eye me no dia ye ni baby akọ. That is why this morning all eyes, all focus is on the Assin not by election. 33 minutes on top of the hour, 6 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, online radiobox.com. I'm super excited, and I'm happy to take you straight to Assin North to give you update on the upcoming election. It's happening today. It's happening today. We have on the line a reporter all the way in Assin North, Kweku Friye. Kweku, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. You can feel that I'm so much excited.
We thank God. I can see the same excitement is running through me this very morning. I'm also excited, super excited that finally the D-Day is here. The stage is set. We're about to rumble. So tell us, where are you now? What's the atmosphere? Give us a clue, a picture about what is happening.
Well, this is the day the Lord has made. We only have one thing to do, is to rejoice and
Be
be
glad in
glad
it.
in it. I am excited that I'm part of this trip making election.
That's right.
Yes, as I speak to you now, yesterday we arrived and we're lodging at
Mm-hmm.
Assin. This morning we've started our rounds. We've visited quite a number of polling stations in Assin. The
Your line is a
atmosphere
bit
here.
faint. Your line is a bit faint. Can you?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now.
All right. So as I was saying, we visited a couple of polling stations in Assin, the capital of Assin North District, where the action is being carried out this morning. As I speak to you now, I'm in Asempane en route to Assin Kushia to
Wow.
also bring you up to speed on what's happening over there. But you can see that there are a lot of people who are charged up for this election. And just a quick reminder, Assin North constituency is one of the youngest constituencies.
Okay.
Actually, it's the oldest because in 2012, the Assin Central was
Created.
sort of created so that we could have independent Assin North.
Okay.
And the first election at this area was in 2012, was won by the NDC. 2016, the MPP came to reclaim their seats. In 2020, you all know why we are here this morning.
Your line keep fluctuating.
Okay,
I don't know.
Because
okay.
I'm on the move. We are in a vehicle.
It's better now,
around.
so you go ahead.
So as I was saying, in 2016,
that's right.
MPP won, and then in 2020, Jachikwesin from Canada came to
snatch the seat from the MPP.
And we know the court proceedings and the cases that has followed after that particular election, which has resulted in the election today.
Jachikwesin's name being expunged.
Yes, expunged from the books of Parliament as directed by the Supreme Court.
That's right.
So this morning you can feel that the place is charged. Almost on the street, you see a lot of people at the various polling stations, even before the commencement of polls. You know, the polls are supposed to begin at 7.
Wow.
But as I speak to you now, you can count.
I can see some charged atmosphere.
Yes.
What do you think is the trick to pull people into waking up so early and be part of this? I mean, it's beyond the Kumawu, feeling or euphoria.
Yes, first of all, this particular by-election comes with its own history. I sent you the video of ABF Husseini speaking.
That's right.
And he said this will be a history making. If Jachikwesin wins, he will be the first MP to be sworn in twice within the same term. Which hasn't happened, I don't think, in any part of the country. So that is the first thing.
That's another angle.
Yes, and two, when you look at how the campaign was being run here, having all
the political animals, everybody,
all of them here, president, vice president, the leader of the largest opposition in the country, and all of those, coupled with the developmental projects that are being carried out, I can see that has gingered the people to come out in their numbers as early as 4 a.m. somewhere in the queue.
4 a.m.
Yes, as early as 4 a.m. Somewhere in the queue. As I speak to you now, you could see the numbers, but voting hasn't started yet, and that is the energy that the people are bringing to cast their votes for their candidates in this by-election.
So when you put your ears on the ground, what are the people saying? What do you think are the expectations of the people? The line these indigenous are going to, toll?
Yes, some don't actually understand the court proceedings or the court case as we've been discussing all this period.
Even as of now.
Yes, some think that the MP is being maltreated by the government, and so they still hold on to the fact that he's the best person to lead them in the constituency, whilst others also think that the MPP candidate should take But you see, the president had a slip in the last campaign
That's right.
when he's purported to say that Charles Opoku is useless and those stuff in the video that is going round,
Viral.
and the NDC has made a lot of gains from that.
Are they going to?
It's on the lips of.
Has the MPP shot themselves in the foot?
It can be said so. It can be said so if the result does not go in their favor. We can attribute it to that particular statement. But yes, so as I told you, there are many who think that the MP is not fairly treated, and so there's no need for him to be changed. There are also who are using the fact that even though Opoku himself is not a voter in the constituency. And so one woman asked me that, why should you come and dictate for us when you yourself, you are not part of the decision-making body in the constituency? So I can, if I should stick my neck out, I would say that Chikwesin might still take the seat, but it's early days yet. The voting hasn't started, and we are expecting that
these are projections.
Yes. And
it's
we
allowed.
can also talk about security. In fact, every police station, the number of security men, the police.
So we know how many police stations are we looking at?
We are looking at 99 polling stations
99.
99 polling stations in the constituency. And I'm sure that every police station they've assigned 15 policemen.
One police station, 15.
Yes, each polling station,
Amazing.
15 policemen to mount the polling station. You can see, I sent you the video. The minority leader, Honorable Dr. Keswato Forsen, is already in the constituency. He's an observer. You saw ABU Fuseni. The MP for Esikumo Dobin Brakwa, Honorable Alhaji Gansa was also here. Is also here at Beku doing observation for his party. And we are yet to. I'm yet to meet an MPP executive, or so we could speak to any of them. So we say that the atmosphere, the weather is cloudy. We are praying that God will favor us with a very good conducive weather for this election. So that is what I can give you for now. If there is any other question that you want to ask.
So looking at the MPP's front and then the NDC's front, as at yesterday night, were there any other movement, secret meetings ongoing in the constituency?
Well, I could see
because when we were in school, we used to say last days are dangerous. So maybe somebody would have, sneaking.
Yes, and it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. That has been the norm. I mean, in any election,
that's right.
The eve to the election is very crucial. If you have any ways and means, so to speak, to do, that is when you do that. But I could see a lot of the branded cars of both MPP and DC at the night. But as to whether they were doing monitoring or they were still doing the supposed ways and means is something that I cannot say on authority.
All right, so let's wait and see what comes up. I will be calling you intermittently so that you give us more details. But before you go, the EC rep, are they officials? Are they around?
Yes. I let me congratulate the Electoral Commission for the attender. In fact, almost all the polling stations are. When you look at the time, we have about 18 minutes to go to the commencement of the post, but I can see that in each of the polling station, materials are there, officials are there, the policemen are stationed.
Can you position yourself well? Your voice is down.
I said at each of the polling station, the officials are there, the policemen are there, materials. We're told by the returning officer that we interviewed, he told us that the materials are ready as early as 4 a.m. And he was pleased with the security setup.
Arrangement.
Yes, security arrangement for the election. So I can say that there is no cause for alarm. Nobody can complain. Okay, so far where I've visited, no one has complained about late arrival of material. Maybe there might be one or two hindrances somewhere, but I am yet to come across it.
All right. So before you go, I said before you go, but
Yes, yeah. Before
this
you go
time
there, you say it severally because there are more information
I'm
that
telling
need to
you, I'm
be
telling you.
consumed by our viewers and listeners this
The
morning.
NDC's chairman, Assin Ketia, made some accusations. And he's of the view that the MPP is intentionally trying to make certain roles within the constituency on more trouble, so that their support base, because they know their true supporters live in the rural areas or the hinterlands, and the MPP had, conveyed these bulldozers and the like to, so to speak, work on the roads. But it's a strategy to rig the election by denying the people access route to even come and vote. Have you heard anything of a sort?
Well, I have seen the video. I've heard listened to that particular tape, but honestly, the constituency is a very young constituency. The district was just created in 2018, and
Okay.
in our previous conversations, I've indicated to you that this is a constituency that is bereft of a lot of developmental projects. Most of their roads, aside the main Kumasi Fosso Highway, the most of the roads to the hinterlands are unmotorable.
Uh-huh.
And when the government is taking the advantage to mend these roads, definitely there may be distractions over there. And so, the politicians always want to make a case out of nothing sometimes. And for
Is it a case that defeat is staring at the opposition party, the
I
NDC? Okay. Hello, Mini Akoku.
of the NDC is being cautious. The chairman of the NDC is being cautious and trying to draw the attention of the media and the other people to what the party, what EC and the government can do to sort of reduce the votes at their strongholds. Maybe it's a precaution that he is taking, but as to whether that can be substantiated or it has
But you don't think it's a political shot at the closest rival?
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That when you follow the political space, whenever a party is in opposition, the parties seem to have mistrust for EC and other institutions and the government itself. And they know, you see, these people, they know how elections are being conducted in Ghana. You remember in 2012, during the general election,
That's right.
there was some chemical that was burnt in Kumasi, which prevented many people to go out there and vote. So if you were there as a member of the NDC at that time, definitely you'll be thinking that particular act will be meted out to you, or there may be revenge from the MPP. But for now, I cannot say so because I have not had the privilege to visit those hinterlands. No, I haven't gotten that privilege to visit those places. And I don't think that those places will be so or more trouble because the electoral officers have been assigned to those places. When I came around, I've made a couple of calls to a lot of people who have attested to the fact that they are in the villages during their play their role, either polling agent or either election official. So I don't know, and I can't actually confirm this to you.
Okay. All right. So generally, what can you say? The situation in Assin North.
I must say that Assin North. I must say that Assin North, as we've been saying is the center of attraction now. The
you.
world is looking at Assin North. Everybody's looking up to Assin North. I am expecting that the security will be as
On
professional as
top.
they can. Yes, they should be on top of their job. They should be fair to all the parties involved. I am also expecting that the opposition will have some trust for the security and should not be raising an unnecessary alarm.
So to speak. That's right.
Yes, because if they do so, they bring a lot of tension and it can mar the beauty of whatever.
Well, the IGP has instructed, and he was very emphatic, that MPs and their security apparatus should leave their ammunition at the any nearest police station before you engage or get close to the polling center. Your take on that one?
Yes, I think that is the best thing to do, because already we have a lot of security men. As I've told you, we have a lot of policemen here who are taking charge. If every polling station is having 15 people or 15 policemen, what other form of security do we need?
The whole Ghana security has been given to Assin North.
Yes.
Or in the name of the by-election.
If we have 15 policemen in each polling station, what again do we need? That the parties have to provide their additional security. As I'm speaking to you now, I am in Assin Kushia. We arrived safely here. Yes. The vote has not been casted yet. As I indicated, we are expecting that the voting will begin at 7. It is 6:49.
That's right. So we have 11 minutes more to go.
We have 11 minutes more to go.
Officially.
And the queue is here. The EC officials are here. Materials are here. The policemen are here. The place is charged.
So you don't think they should be carrying their weapons around?
No. Why should you carry your weapon around? This is going to mar the beauty of everything. It's going to bring tension to the election. When you look at the police operations of everything is intact for the police to take charge, and we don't expect the parties to mar the beauty of this election, because it is a history-making election, and we want some years to come. We want to talk about the history, the beautiful aspect of it, and not something like Ayawaso. West Wagon, where the mishappenings or the misbehavior from the parties has always been the topic for discussion.
That's right. Well, is anybody around, any electorate around who is willing to speak to us?
Yes. There are a lot of them here, but because I just arrived, I think I need to get time to. But I have a friend of mine here, a classmate. We attended the same college of education. I think he will mention his name and tell me how he's feeling about this particular by-election.
No problem.
And yes, so George, right? Yeah, George.
Good morning, sir.
My name is George.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing very good.
Welcome to PAPALAW Radio on Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Okay.
What can you report about at Assin North, right where you are?
Okay, so right now I'm standing at DC primary polling station.
Okay.
As it stands now, the process is gradually going on, but voting has not started yet.
All right.
Yes, the voters are in a queue. They are waiting for the EC to finish everything so that they start voting.
That's right.
But there are one or two issues here.
Tell us.
Voters who are in a queue, the MPP is calling them into a room, a particular room, to go and collect money before they come and vote.
That's against electoral laws.
Thank you. And it is very close to the polling station. And so the police attention was drawn to it. And the NDC people have also gone there. And if care is not taken, something
they
different
will
might
muddy
happen.
the whole process.
Yes. So
So
that's
you can
what is happening
confirm,
right now at Kusia.
so you can
Yes.
confirm on authority that it is MPP, I
It
mean
is
officials.
MPP. Yes,
Okay.
officials. Yes. Yes.
All
So
right.
at Kusia DC, that is what is happening.
Okay. So what do you expect at the end of polls? Who do you think is going to carry the day?
It is obvious that the people are willing to vote for Honorable Jachi Kwesi.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. They pity the man. They are ready to stand with the man.
That's right.
Because he has been victimized, he has gone through a lot. So the people are ready to give the mandate to Honorable Jachi Kwesi. Yes, but
so you think the
machinations
sympathy
are going on.
All
yes,
right, so you think
vote,
the sympathy vote will do the trick?
Exactly. Exactly. The people who are going there to take the money, these are e-levy money. It is your own money. Yes, your own
so
money,
you think
which was deducted.
they should still take the money and vote against
Exactly. That is what we are telling them. After taking the money, we are also here telling them it is your own money. Go and vote against them. Yes.
Anyway, so generally, let's look at this from a different perspective.
Okay.
Almost every political animal in Ghana, from the two major political parties, the NDC and MPP, almost every political animal is in Assin North. Why do you think we should be towing that line almost every now and then? When politicians need our votes, they can even lie down for us to work on them.
Yes.
When we are done with election, they show us where power lies.
Yes.
What can you deduce from all these actions of our politicians?
Yes. One, I've been here at Kusia for 2 weeks. And so we went to the various houses to educate the voters, because we realized that this place is more or less like the stronghold of the ruling political party.
Okay.
But when you come to the town, Kusia town, it's a very nice place.
Okay.
Very nice place. But when you come here, the boys and the girls, young ladies who are in the town, there is nothing that they are doing. There's no work in the town.
Okay.
Nothing is here. But the people are always voting for the political party. And we realize that they only vote early in the morning when they come and collect money. You see?
That's
so
right.
They don't even think about what they will get after the election. But they are thinking about what they will get during the election. And which is very bad. Very bad. It slows down development.
That's right.
We can never progress when the mindset is just on money. Take money and go and vote. Take money and go and vote without thinking about the development of the town.
That's right.
Yes, that's what's going on here.
So what will you advise? What will be your advice to
generally our advice that we are supposed to be humans. We are not animals. We are humans. We should have that mind to think about things that will benefit all of us, not individuals. We should think about things that will benefit everybody. If we should vote for development, it will be good.
All right, PAPALAW.
All right, thank you so much.
We want to speak to other people in here.
No problem. I'll be glad. I'll be very glad. So
we want to speak to Mami Pacho Yenundi and Komo Kakra. Wo share about you because everybody now ba so beto abo.
Neba abontima. Nebi hunter bia.
By minutes and okay. And that day, Jezenka, about to read and a kitchen, the other Masora, my children, you padodo, a dear, a shamoma, Masore, and my sisters, the more about the trouble.
But there are some say, or some me beto abame or mamba, or some beto abba. And who's a macho abba. Until Mamma Sharentam, a buy.
Whether we're about where they are near say young country, but a banner critic, I was MPP and this one I will so bit to me a dunkuni.
But on the mean to me, no, that's how better. They are crossing the who be sour, whom had that. They are told Yababi who's and that. The net about who say.
Now we share police for any idea moana. A moana.
Maybe a president or any person of the Fantasy would be a one idea. President on to me, and so into what you are telling us, president, oh, one now. And a moment.
PAPALAW.
Yes, sir.
So what the woman is saying is that she's so comfortable that there are lots of police here. It doesn't intimidate her. And saying that she's a good citizen and that she needs to.
She must exercise her franchise.
Yes, that is why she's here this morning.
That's right.
Papa, my memory na as we dey prepare we nya yank what to aba no kra ewi and think obeso to aba na okoko okay na wo hwe nhihye ya mperimfo dey gu akwan mu a ehwe wani
Abato dey nke kama dem na omo bi tete
Obi chicheska
ebi mu che nioma ta ada nioma no wenye binti na wo kan ho asema na so
esa ni confusion baba tanka bibi wa moye na nkan na
but apart from your working yes sister before and then okay but osha e ko say MPP and LP
I like what our mother is saying. Assess your life and then look at your economic situation and vote.
Like I told you, we are experiencing something that has not been seen before in Assin, and that is what they are saying, that we've not seen such an election before. And looking at the numbers that are here, they are super excited. It's more of another.
But Kwaku, one of our brother raised a very strong, allegation that some MPP officials are doling out money and influencing the voters where they should vote. What's your assertion about this?
Yes, I told you that we just arrived, but there was a little confusion that we needed to sort of seek the clarity before we could give that report.
That's right.
That is what my brother said. So we will interrogate the matter and see if it is true. If it's true, we'll go to each side of the political divide and find out why they are making that allegation, and we'll get from the MPP why they are doing so. If they have something to give, why not previous days but today? So we will interrogate the matters and get the facts.
All right, it's early day yet, so we'll go back to the studio and then we'll come back to you maybe after 8.
Right.
I'm sure at that time, voting has begun.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
All right, be safe. All right, so that was a reporter, Kwaku Efri, all the way in Assin, Assin North. The place is buzzing. Men and women have queued, or the electorate have already queued, ready to exercise their franchise. They are willing and ready to exercise their civil right by voting for their prospective candidates. And today, the battle line has been drawn. It's between the MPP's candidate, Charles Opoku, and Jachi Kwesen, the NDC's candidate. I know the LPG can say all we care. We know the battle line is between the MPP and the NDC. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that the battle is between the two strongest and powerful parties in this republic. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. We stream it live on www.mountainghana.com, online radiobox.com. I want you to put into your search engine PAPALAW Radio/TV. Like the page, put your notification button on so that anytime we come online, we'll be first to be notified. I can see you, my very own Reverend Opoku, Reverend Raymond Opoku. He said, watching you live. PAPALAW Radio is the best. Yes, we are the best. All the way in the United Kingdom. But of God, I hope you're enjoying the weather in London. How's London? I believe you are bouncing well and bouncing around. Elizabeth Akosia and Kebweri said, good work done, PAPALAW Radio. So I'll go for a quick break. When I'm back, we'll tell you more. Stick and stay right here.
Yamishira, Omani Payos and Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Bestroyan, O'Brien, Boya, and Moyamurai, Abeya, Fianara, Omabaya, Fianara, Janova, Assin,
All right, Obrabe 6 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.mountainghana.com, online radiobox.com. We're rocking white. We're giving you fearless, credible, and authentic news all the way in Assin North. Today, our focus is on the Assin North by-election. Who is your favorite candidate? The electorate have queued. Electoral Commission is ready. The police men with all the accoutrements, they've staged a wonderful human war within every polling station, ready to protect lives and properties. Don't muddy the waters. Be advised, follow strict adherence at the polling station. Don't go and create any mayhem. Make sure that you be a good citizen of this nation. Don't dare. The IGP has bared his teeth, 32 teeth. He said, don't dare. If you dare, the law will get hold of you. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. I'm in high spirit behind the microphone or the console, because today is a historic day in the annals of political history. The same man who was dethroned from the throne, the MP, Honorable Jachiko Isen, is also going for a rerun. That's amazing. The one who has been expunged from the records of Parliament, his election as a member of Parliament has been rendered null and void by the Supreme Court of the land, and he's one of the candidates who is also here to be voted for. Charles Opoku, an indigene of Assin Breku, is also in the race, and Bernice of the LPG is also in the race. Let's see how it goes, and let's see who takes the north and represents the people of Assin North. What a political history in the annals of our political games. Is it going to be an interesting game in Assin North? Who is going to carry the day? All focus is in Assin North. In fact, all the machinery you can think of is in Assin North. Everybody is watching closely like an eagle. David Santos,
Attorney General,
the gentle general.
And one of our bosses.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm kicking and banging.
You are kicking and banging.
Yes.
I like that. Any news for us or any quote for us?
Attorney.
Yes, sir.
Love is not a scam.
Love is not a scam.
Love is sweet and beautiful.
Love is sweet and beautiful.
It's either you are dating an idiot.
It's either you are dating an idiot.
Or you are the idiot.
or you are the idiot.
Yes.
A.B. Fuseni Jr.,
Attorney.
the gentle general.
Grandpa.
Mabo diwo. Mabo bemedi. Machi.
Yaja.
Wakasempa o.
Usi.
Wakasempa papa. This thing about love. Everybody want to be loved.
Yes.
Even the madman on the street want to be loved.
Exactly.
When you continue to give a madman food all the time, he will always come to your place.
Exactly.
The madman will always come to you.
That's right.
Why? You have showed love.
Yes.
So, in as much as we want to be loved, let's be careful who becomes our tailor.
That's right.
Every woman, every man is a married material.
Yes.
But the tailors, sometimes you have the wrong tailor.
Yeah.
Who do wrong cutting.
Yes.
That is why you are saying love is bitter.
Yeah.
Love is sweet.
Yes.
When you find the right partner.
Exactly.
Thank you for this one. All right, so let me give you the weather forecast for today. Generally, fair weather is expected across the country today. A low probability of rain exists for part of the middle and northern sectors. Later in the day, Ghana Meteorological Agency GMET forecast. Let me take it again. Good stories are always repeated. Good informations are always repeated. Generally, fair weather is expected across the country today. A low probability of rain exists for parts of the middle and northern sectors. Later in the day, Ghana Meteorological Agency GMET forecast. Baby, I'm in person in Zobetoye Assin not. I want to monitor events from beginning to the end.
The be and Nyami Grabo nim say a hot dear say so to a behadwin.
Ya no akobi di e ho kokonsa. Obi di e ho kokonsa. Tini ano ahia. Obi di e ho kokonsa.
Entino ochade ochedi apon yankupon ototo bonso.
That's right. And net dear ohodi rains in the mind.
Yes,
and yes, when it rains, these politicians, the snatching of ballot boxes, the stuffing of ballot boxes, the changing of ballot boxes. Politicians. You see, our reporters claims it's a claim now. Is here to verify the story. Sure. It's a claim now that some MPP officials are sharing or doling out money.
Right now,
I'm telling you,
this
just to change the narrative. But people are still of the assertion or the belief that Chachi Kwesi will still carry the day because of sympathy vote. The NDC had been able to convince the people to believe and accept that for whatever reason, the MPP, the ruling government, is just torturing and victimizing Chachi Kwesi on unfounded grounds. So they should punish the MPP for victimizing their then member of parliament.
You are right.
What do you think?
Okay, I tell you, when it comes to sympathy, in Ghana here,
they have it.
They have it. You remember 2012?
That's right.
Where the late president
died. Yeah. John Mahama won based on that.
Yes, based on that. If not because of that,
that's right.
Like the man will have taken the
NDC at the time actually did acclamation.
Yeah.
It means nobody should contest him.
Yeah.
He is the favorite.
Yes, sure.
He is the most popular person at the time.
At the time, yeah.
Somebody who had influence can call the shot and the clout.
That's right.
So let's allow him to go.
Yes.
So nobody contested him.
Yeah.
And I remember vividly when the president was being sworn in, now former president, it was like he's happy and he's not happy.
Yeah.
Yes, bittersweet experience.
Exactly.
No more.
Yeah, so sympathy in Ghana, it works. And so right. That can also be part of the trick for today's by-election at Assin North today. So let's see.
Let's see how it goes. Yes. It's early day.
Yeah. It's either you win or you learn.
Or you lose. You win or you learn.
That's
powerful.
Yeah, so it's either I never lose, I either win or I learn. So that's today, somebody will win, somebody will also learn.
And most of them are so much into this election because it will be a bragging right for 2024.
Really?
Yes. When MPP wins, the shots are fired, telling the NDC, if you think the grounds is good for you, it is rather slippery.
Yeah,
you are going to lose again,
right.
and we are breaking the 8.
Exactly.
And when the NDC also wins, they are also going to give shots and tell the MPP, if you think you are breaking the 8, the grounds is slippery for you.
Exactly.
That is why every political animal, so to speak, is in Assin as we speak. So yeah, so I can relate well with the situation.
Yes. So today a lot is going to happen.
Certainly.
And so there's no other news apart from the Assin North by electric election. That is the news that is trending right now in the whole country.
Right.
And I'm very happy about the measures and rules being taken by the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Dr. George AKUFO-ADDO. There are certain things that you cannot do. This morning, as I'm talking to you right now, security is very, very tight there. No intimidation or threat or any fear from any political or traditional authorities. No, they will not allow you to do that. And even warn the bodyguards of these MPs and politicians. When you are coming, you make sure that your weapons, you leave them behind before you enter. And also no motorbikes at the polling stations. Also, you cannot, when they give you the ballot paper, you are not allowed to make calls. You have to hide your phone, which is I agree with the Inspector General of Police. And also this morning, as I'm talking to you right now, we have 99 polling stations, and the people that we are expecting to show up to vote is 41,668.
That's right.
People are supposed to show up to vote. And so this is the update so far.
Breakdown.
Yes, the breakdown of what will be happening at Assin.
All right. Thank you very much. I see I want to do the headlines, news that are making headlines. I see laws Dampare for election security duty so far. Stop misleading the people. Mahama tells AKUFO-ADDO on Jachi Kwesi's Sakandi comparison. AKUFO-ADDO tells Assin North constituent not to elect a candidate standing trial. Everything my hand touches is blessed. Jogate confident after filing MPP presidential forms. MPP National Chair Defense AKUFO-ADDO on his Jachi Kwesi prison comment. You can't prejudice a case in court. Mahama slams AKUFO-ADDO for Jachi Kwesi's comments. MPP will recapture Assin North seat. Ahiagba speak up on issues of national concern. Backbaying charges clergy. Ashanti Jinje on a Sherman or Kweku appear. Koka. 4 more suspects said to have conspired with bank worker to steal 1.2 million Ghana cedi shows up in court. Ghana airport refutes $7 million luggage fumigation charge report. That's right. Somebody was telling me yesterday that I'm not coming to Ghana again. I said, what do you mean? He said there's some fumigation charge at the airport. I said that is a lie. Forget it. And thank God that the Ghana airport have refuted this claim. Companies urged to review salary schemes. Accept posting for sake of children. Pristia Himan chief appeals to teachers. Supreme Court on why it declared president directive to Attorney General unconstitutional. Organized labor declares nationwide strike beginning June 10 over 3 sacked Asogli workers. Tanker drivers on sit-down strike over toll. Boom, bad road. Ghana commemorates Slaves Emancipation Day. Make an AU passport effective and operational. Dangote 2023 World Scales Ghana Zonal Scales competition kicks off. Government launches mining scheme at Echimanso, expected to create 2,000 direct jobs. STEM education will position nation for transformation. Educhum, the education minister. Genius rolls out professional learning community sessions in SHS. President joins world leaders at financial summit. When Frimpong donate to sickle cell clinic to mark World Sickle Cell Day. Support democratic system. Lebanese ambassador tells law students I have for locals GRA for business opportunities from Newmont next month. Catholic Bishop bemoans Pentecostalism influence on church. Baumia cut sought for construction of Ability Village. We are committed to caring for environment. GMPC boss. Ashanti GGA Honest Chairman Otino Hukweku appear. Matchlock signs MOU with Association of Small Industries. 20 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Show produced by GGH, my co-host David Santos. Very soon we'll go for a break, and when we are back, we'll do more. Stick and stay right here.
Asampaetia Obayansa fusu wo bunibia wanka na asam Say mafutu sam kakre wa supeme Yo kofi oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wachata ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Nasadi pa wofioye Gamo yembera ye Ebe ya ifirena Omai ya umano.
Alright, your mind. Ghana, I want you to hit the share button, share the message on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. We are still on the job search, and the only person who can educate you more on the job search is one man I revere so much, my excellency Mr. John Appiah. He's the president for African Chamber for Youth Development and the CEO of A-League. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Very well, and how are you too?
The Lord is faithful. How's the family?
Very well, everything fine.
We thank God. We thank God that everything
The way
is fine.
you are calling me, Your Excellency, you make this political parties come out of my head. Oh, I beg. Today is Assin North. Let's focus on Assin North.
I'm telling you, we already in Assin North. We've actually done our first broadcast from there. We have a reporter already on the grounds, and
Excellent.
it's awesome. It's peaceful.
Yes,
we
that's
had
good.
only one abnormal case there, but it's normal. In every human institution, we'll have the excesses, but
that's right. That's
so far so good.
Good. Today, let me also push you to the wall. Who's going to win the election?
I think
you see the way it is. Oh, now,
we'll leave the electorate to decide. It's too early yet. Anyway,
no problem. Yes, sir.
Anyway, so our focus is on the job search process. So tell us, what's the procedure? How do I go through the process to land myself a good job?
Great. That's a very good question, and it's a follow-up to what we started yesterday. And I've had lots of feedback, people calling and messaging me that they are interested. They want to participate in the job search workshop, which will happen on the 1st of July at the BAM Library Conference Room of the University of Ghana, Legon. And I believe today will also give opportunity for us to throw light on what people can do to actually get themselves a job. So you see, this is how I want to define it or explain it. The job search process is what I will call the ways and means by which a job seeker eventually lands himself or herself a job.
So not a traditional way where somebody feels, oh, I'm out of school, I'm a graduate, I have an application to submit my CV and the likes, and automatically I'm going to get a job. But this time there are rules and regulations, the means and the ways to go about it. I like
You're
that.
absolutely
I'm
right.
stressing
Yes.
more on this because the traditional, the conventional ways, I'm out of school, I've applied for job, and I'm waiting to be employed. Meanwhile, there are ways and means. I like that.
Exactly. So let me also reiterate the fact that, as we said, there was a time when people got a job right out of school,
Certainly.
and some stayed in those jobs even until they retired.
That's right.
But in the 21st century, those days where you used to get jobs easily like that, it is far gone.
That's right.
All right. So people will have to be strategic. People will have to be very tactical about locating new job opportunities and eventually getting themselves into those new opportunities. So all that together gives us what I call the job search process.
Okay. This is beautiful. So what are the key elements of the job search process? Key element.
Great. So I'll mention some 5 or so, objects or very important thematic areas for me that encapsulates what we call the job search process.
Right.
So the first one is being able to identify that job vacancy or that job opportunity.
Okay.
Very important. That's the starting process of this whole conversation. All right. And remember yesterday I told you that there are some people that are graduates that are unemployed, but they are not looking for jobs. No, those people are not our concern or our focus for the conversation today. We are looking at those who have graduated from school, they have the necessary qualifications, and they are looking for the opportunity. Exactly. They are aggressive towards that. They are making efforts. It's not just that they want to just get a job. They are doing and making ways to try and get a job. So the first step in the job search process is being able to identify that job vacancy, being able to identify that job opportunity. The second step is packaging yourself for that opportunity you've been able to identify. Now, under that packaging, one very key thing is writing your CV, or being able to put together what we call a CV. Because at the end of the day, your CV is the document that will speak about you, your experience,
even
your expertise. Yes, it will be usually the first point of call for the recruiter or the prospective employer to see before they can even make a decision as to whether they want to move you to the next stage where they're going to actually interview or try to find out more about you. So the second step in the job search process is being able to put together your CV. The third step is that most job will require that you write what we call a cover letter, which is like, in other terms, job application. All right, it's usually a one-pager or one-page document you write that captures your core skills, expertise, and experience, and why you are the best fit for that particular job in just a single page. So that is what we call the cover letter, or what some will call the job application letter. Now, once you have passed the third stage, you move on to the fourth stage, which is the job interview. Now, this is a very good opportunity for you to confirm all the skills and all the expertise and experience and education you've been able to capture in your CV. Because sometimes people can just copy CVs, or they can pay people to do CVs for them. But you need to remember that when you get to the interview stage, it is another way that the recruiters or your prospective employer can get to understand more about you. Beyond your CV, they will try and get to understand your personality type, your attitude, your mannerisms, your dressing, your appearance, your non-verbal communication. All these things will come into play when you get to the stage where you're actually being interviewed for the job. And I must be quick to add that there are several times that the job interview may not just be one. Sometimes it is 2, sometimes it is 3. I remember I went for an interview. The first step was to have a telephone interview, and then I moved on to the next stage where I met the HR and the HR team, and then they passed me on to also meet a high-level team. And then eventually I met with the managing director before I eventually got the job. So there are several steps in the interview process. Some can be just one simple process, and that's about it. And there are others you have to go through a number of stages before you eventually land yourself the job. I should also say that amidst the impact of COVID, there are times that your interview may be virtual. It may not necessarily be face-to-face. It may be virtual. So beyond the phone conversation that will allow them to hear you, there's actually a physical interview where they get to see you via the video conferencing facility, and they are able to also gauge your mannerisms, your appearance, your innuendos, and then all those things, all under the category of the job interview. So that's the fourth thing. Then the final thing for me is that after you've gotten the job, received your offer letter, you need to review the offer letter, and if it's in line with what it is you want to do, then you write write an acceptance letter or you sign a document indicating that you've accepted the offer, and eventually you prepare yourself for it. Most jobs will give you some time to prepare, sometimes a day, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes a month, depending on the scenario. So if, for example, you're already gainfully employed and you're moving from one place to another, you may have to give a notice period to your outgoing employer so that at least they're also able to organize themselves before they move on or before they allow you to move on. Some don't even have that clause in their appointment letter, so they can just get up and go. Some too, you may have to forfeit a month's salary in order to be able to make an immediate, move to your next stop or your next source of employment. All right. So these are all very important things that you may not necessarily be taught in the classroom. This process I've outlined to you, nobody will essentially sit you down to teach you. Sometimes it is the error, it is, you do and you fail, and then you pick up lessons along the way. But the early consult is focused on helping people know some of these things, especially at this early stage, so that they can adequately prepare and get themselves ready for a job.
That's right. That's beautiful. I am actually learning, especially when you said some interviews you go at once. You go 1, 2,
levels.
and 3. There are levels of interviews.
Yes,
that's amazing. That's a new, thing I've learned today. So, where should one search for job vacancies or job opportunities?
That's a very good question, and I really pray that people will pay attention to the things we're going to discuss, because it is going to help a lot of people, especially those who think that once you are done from the classroom, you are handed over a keys to an office and then you start working. A lot of things have changed. So the first place you can start looking for a job, or the first process or procedure you can employ, or the first tactic you can employ to be able to look for a job, is what we call the networking scenario, or the networking opportunity. Very important. All right. You see, sometimes people refer to the networking opportunity as the hidden job market.
That's right.
Because the truth is that many of the jobs that are out there may never be advertised. All right. They are usually filled by candidates who learn about these vacancies either by word of mouth from their friends or former colleagues or even former bosses.
That's right.
All right. So networking is a very important thing that will help people to be able to identify opportunities, to be able to find jobs. So people who are just home sitting down and waiting to get a job vacancy announced on radio or published in the newspapers or even announced on the TV, it may never happen, because most of these jobs, it has to be by word of mouth. It should usually be from a colleague within your network that may recommend or tell you about the opportunity, and then you can take advantage of that. So networking is very important. Now people will ask, so how do we use networking to get a job? You have to join a lot of associations for the purposes of what it is you're looking for. So professional associations. So if you're an engineer and you are unemployed, find a way of being part of the engineering association, because obviously there may be opportunities that may come up in the course of your engagement within that professional network. All right. Then you also have to attend events. There are people that are classified as anti-so. They don't go to any event. Even for those who go to church after church, they just pack up the things and they go.
That's true.
But you need to be able to engage. You need to be able to socially connect. That will allow you to be able to find out some of these opportunities that are available. All right. So these are some of the ways you can look at it. And now that we have a lot of virtual power because of the internet, you also need to think about professional networking pages such as LinkedIn, which is a very, very good tool that allows you to be able to broaden your network, to be able to engage with a bigger network beyond your conventional hello, hi friends you meet every day when you wake up. All right. So that is the concept of networking, which is a very important tool or avenue to help you to be able to get a job. The second thing I'll talk about is what we call referrals. It is very, very important, referrals. Sometimes you get a job when somebody contacts you and says that, or somebody reaches out to you and say, oh, you know what, my boss is looking for a secretary. I've worked with you for a while, maybe in a non-formal setting, and I think that you have the skills to be able to act as a secretary. So bring your application and let's try and get this job. That is simply a referral. So it is somebody else who is in the system, who has heard of that opportunity and has gone ahead to recommend you to his or her employers for them to reach out to you to engage with you. So I had an example where I had a very, very good friend. He's doing very well now. I think he's now based in the United States. Tremendous, amazing fellow. So one time when he was leaving a particular role, he knew that I had the skills that it was required in that job role. So what he did was to introduce me to his employers and tell them that this is John, this is what he can do. I believe that he's the best fit for this opportunity. So please engage with him. And then as I leave this role, he's the best person to fill the role. And that's how I got the opportunity to be interviewed for that particular job. And one thing led to another, and one thing led to another. So referrals are very, very important. That is why the first step networking is critical, because then people get to know what you carry, the potentials you have. And when opportunities come up, which under normal circumstances you may never hear of, that people can recommend you and make a referral that will land you in the job. Now, usually the referral too sometimes can be abused, especially by those in political power and those in very high influence. So that's why people say, oh, who you know matters, because sometimes there are some jobs they'll tell you that if a call doesn't come from the Flagstaff house, you won't get the job. Can you just imagine? Meanwhile, you have the competence for the job, but then that is where the concept of referral sometimes is abused. Or if you don't get somebody in a high place to call or speak on your behalf, or if a minister doesn't minute on your CV for you to send to their HR department, they will throw it away. You know, so sometimes there are abuses, but the proper thing is that referral can be a very good point where others can get the opportunity to be employed. The third thing I'll talk about is what we call the career websites or the job boards. All right, so the job boards or career websites usually are specific websites that are built for the purposes of sharing information on vacancy or job opportunities. So, for example, if you go to www.jobsingghana.com, almost on a daily basis, opportunities that are available are uploaded onto the websites. There are a lot of other websites where you can actually pick up a lot of opportunities and identify a lot of opportunities that you can apply that can help you to be able to do something with yourself. So the job boards or career websites are very, very important, and people need to look into that option as well. I hear people saying that, oh, there are no jobs online, there are no jobs online. Look, if you don't know how to search for jobs online, at least the simple thing you can do is to go to Google and type jobs in Ghana. Or if you want to work in Australia or work in New York, wherever you want to work, just type it in, and a list of other websites will come that will allow you to be able to find out the job that particularly fits what it is that you want to do. So that's another way through which people can also get themselves a job. The fourth thing I'll talk about, which I think is also very important, is what we call the job fairs. There are times that specific fairs or engagements are put together with the purposes of helping people connect with direct employment. So, for example, the A-Link consultant, maybe PAPALAW Radio, can decide to do a job fair in Tema. All right, and the idea is that we are bringing prospective employers from wherever they are to come and set up tables and set up stands, and then we are inviting those that are unemployed, those that want a job, to also connect through that job fair to be able to identify the opportunities that are available for them. So the job fairs are usually very specific, engagements, very specific outdoor events that are done with the intention of connecting prospective employees to prospective employers. All right, so in that scenario, there are lots of opportunities that are available. Some can even be recruited on site, some can be interviewed on site. People usually go along with their CVs, hard copies of their CVs, and then they are screened, and if they qualify, then they are moved to the next stage. So job fairs presents a very good opportunity for people to be able to get jobs. The last time I remember a job fair was organized, I think by one of those youth agencies, it was oversubscribed. The thousands of people that went to the place, it was just a very pity sight to behold, because you see, there are people out there that need a lot of jobs, but they just don't know how to find themselves jobs. So the least opportunity people get, people come in their numbers, and I think that that's a very good thing that maybe PAPALAW and then AD Consult can look at, and then one day we can organize a job fair to be able to help people. Great. Now the first thing I'll talk about is the company websites. Every company, most companies have websites, and usually when you go on the website, there's a page where they display job vacancies. So not every organization would want to put their vacancy on a general, job boards or career websites. They would want to have it specific to their own company or specific to their main operation. So they will have these vacancies attached to their main website. So, for example, if you want to work with PAPALAW Radio or Nestle Ghana or A-Link Consult, when you go onto the page, there'll be a portion that has a tab that is called Job Vacancies or Work With Us. Once you click it, if there are any available vacancies, it will be listed there and you can directly apply. And then there are times too that there are generic email addresses that are available there that goes directly to the HR, which you can also use to be able to get yourself a job. I got my job in one of the companies I worked for previously as a result of just going on the website, identifying that particular email that was general, and then I just sent a general copy of my CV to them.
That's
I
right.
sent it, let's say, in the morning around 10. By 2 o'clock, I had a call from the country director that, oh, yes, it is good your CV came in. We are actually recruiting for this particular role. I didn't have any idea about it. But you know what? We've done a number of interviews, and it seems like we're not getting the right people. But
That's right.
tomorrow happens to be the last day for the interview. So if you
Wow.
don't mind and you are ready, you can come the following day and be part of the interview. And I went, I was part of the interview, and I got that job.
That's right.
So there was no way I was going to get that job until, you know, I had gone to the website, read about the organization, and then prepare a specific CV and send to them, and for which the country manager saw and responded, and I was able to move to that stage as well. So use company websites, take advantage of the companies and the websites they have, and use that as an avenue to be able to get access to them. The last but one that I'll talk about is what we call cold calling. All right. Now, the cold calling comes in two forms. You can actually pick up a phone and call a specific organization and ask to be connected to the HR to talk to them. Usually, you may not get access to them or get through to them. But the point is that once you're able to get a regular contact or a very good contact and you speak to the person may be able to give you further information and say, you know what, just do this and do that, and then we can pick it up from there. There are times you have to dress up nicely in your jacket and tie or your African wear and go to the work site, go to the place where you want to work, and actually go and hand over your CV to them, or go and hand over to them your packaging, as it were, that tells them that you are ready for that job. That is also another important thing that you can do. I must also say that usually at this particular stage, people, the receptionist can decide to fly your CV or throw it into the dustbin. I had a very sad scenario when somebody went to present a CV, and unfortunately the person was applying for front desk, and then the application went to the front desk person. So
you can imagine.
Exactly. So the person just took the CV and then shredded it and put it into the dustbin. But something clicked the guy. Can you imagine? So something clicked the guy that let me just go back and tell the person, oh, I need to write something on my CV. Can I have my CV back? He went and then look at the guy. Oh, they have sent the CV already to the HR and on and on. And luckily for the guy, I think God came through for the guy, because just at the point they were discussing where the CV was, the HR manager passed by and asked what was going on. And then this job seeker told the situation. And then the front desk person confessed that I felt very insecure, so I shredded it. So you, please, if you can bring another copy, we'll take it.
Imagine.
My brother, so things are happening. It's not just spiritual forces we are fighting against, they are physical forces that we are also dealing with. So that also gives you an avenue where you can actually look for a job, cold calling, actually going to the place to be able to find that job. Now there's also another category. I'm saying all this to be able to give people the opportunity to understand that there are lots of ways people can get a job. So people should not just be stuck at home and cry. Now the seventh one I'll talk about is what we call the headhunters or the recruiters. So if you take the LA consult, we do recruitment for other organizations. All right. So somebody can come to us and say, you know what, Mr. Pierre, I want to be part of the pool of personnel you are working with, so that when there's an opportunity, you can connect me or help me to be able to get that job. And usually when you go to a recruiting agency or to a headhunting agency, there's some payments you have to do, because it's not for free. Because what it is that organization or that recruitment agency is going to work hard to be able to, first of all, improve your CV, help you build your interviewing skills and all that, and eventually look for opportunities to connect to you. So there are usually fees that comes with signing up with a recruitment agency and with a headhunting agency. But sometimes too, it is abused. People take the money and they don't do the job. They take the money and they don't help you get a job, and you are there and nothing happens to you. But it is a very good way you can use to also find yourself a job, signing up to a reputable recruitment agency or a reputable headhunting agency. That can be very helpful as well. And then there's also the eighth way, where you can actually use internships as a tool to get into the organization. Because most of the time, organizations may say we don't have the resources to pay, but if you can come and do an internship or come and do this for free for us, we can actually give you that opportunity. And through that, we can identify what it is you have, and we'll be willing to pay for you to be able to be part of this system permanently. All right. So that is the internship opportunities or the volunteering opportunities. A lot of people don't want to volunteer. Can you imagine, my brother, if there are about 4 or 5 GIJ students who have identified PAPALAW Radio and said, you know what, Chairman, Apostle, this is what we want to do. Anytime we're on holidays or break, we want to just come and work for you for free, help you do your production, help you to be able to work on the social media. If there's opportunity to even get on there, we can read announcements for you, we can do this and we can do that. And we're just volunteering, we're just doing it free of charge. Now, what happens is that when people come into the system like that, and we realize that these are hard-working people, there's opportunity for you to extend a contract to them to also give them some kind of compensation of remuneration. So that internship opportunity or volunteering opportunity is another important thing that young people should learn and should be able to take advantage of. The last thing I'll talk about is what I call the outlandish or the creative tactics. Let me give you a typical example. I saw on LinkedIn a gentleman that had dressed up nicely and has a placard upon which he's written his qualifications and his experience, and was standing at a train station in London looking for a job. This is out of the ordinary. It is outlandish. It is something that doesn't happen. Or you meet somebody who's actually put something on his neck saying,
I think there was a graduate in Ghana who also did one around Accra. Yes,
that's right. That's right. These are all some outlandish tactics that people use to be able to get attention. Sometimes people will beg you that please share my CV, share my content, let it go viral, tag the people and all that. At the time, realize it has gone viral, and then people are calling for you. And there are times people too can just go to very influential people. So I know that, Apostle, you're a very influential person. So I come to you and say, oh, you know what? Just post my CV on your LinkedIn for me, or post my thing on Facebook for me, and then that's about it. Or, for example, you decide that every morning you give two prospective job seekers the opportunity to come and sell themselves on your radio. Can you imagine the impact that will make? Or, for example, Eli Consult and PAPALAW can come up with a program or an initiative every week, once a week. We'll arrange about 4 people who we have screened, we have trained, and we'll put them on air and interview them for people to hear what it is they can do. These are all ideas that I want your team to pick up, and then we can design it and work around it. We may even be able to get sponsorship, and we can be able to do this on a very big scale. All right. So these are all what I call the outlandish tactics. But you need to be careful that this tactic doesn't create a problem for you, because sometimes you get a lot of unnecessary attention. And the sad thing that for these people that are able to garner their attention, they get a job and they don't perform.
I don't know if you remember, there was a video that went viral. I don't know if they were Nigerians or so. There were 2 gentlemen who always be at they were security officials actually.
That's right.
And they were always dancing, even on duty. And they were sacked. And a pastor actually picked them, and then I think he took them to one of the countries. And these people are paid the pastor back evil. I mean, they've decided to run away and forget about the whole thing. So you have a point. You have a point.
Please. Yes, please. So these are about 9 different ways that people can actually find themselves a job. So now, PAPALAW, if somebody comes to you and says that we can't find the jobs, you know that they have a problem.
I know the answer to give. Don't worry.
All right, great.
All right, so let's move on. Briefly throw more light on each of the key steps in the job search process. Identifying job vacancies and job opportunities.
So starting from there, I've listed some various ways through which people can identify job opportunities.
Writing a cover letter, job application letter, passing the job interview, and preparing
for the job. Exactly. So in essence, let me just summarize it here. So first, you need to identify the job opportunity. Then you need to write your CV. Very important. Don't take it for granted. Don't put together just a collection of words and words without any meaning. And I've told you that if you're applying for a job, you need to craft your CV to make you well suited for the job. So if you did a general course, let's say political science in the University of Ghana, and you want to apply for a receptionist, it is not the same, or you don't use the same CV for applying for a receptionist to also apply for, let's say, a marketing person, or apply for another job. You need to be able to tune your experiences and your education to make you well qualified or well suited for that particular job. All right. So writing your CV is very important, and then writing the cover letter or job application letter.
So you don't design a CV, put it there 5 years, you still carry it to the same place you are looking for job, because it might not meet their requirement.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Absolutely.
That is
absolutely
deep, because most people can prepare CV 10 years. It's the same one they are using everywhere. Marketing company, mining company, anywhere.
The same thing. And the sad thing is that sometimes people don't even update their CV. So you look at their CVs and like, but you have here that you are working here. So I stopped 2 years ago. So what prevents you from updating your CV to say that you have finished that job and now you are doing something else? You know, so people take a lot of things for granted. The cover letter I'm talking about, sometimes it is full of errors, spelling mistakes. I've actually seen a cover letter that was copy and paste. So the person is called, let's say, Charles or someone, but in the course of the letter, I see he has written maybe John Appiah somewhere. You see, copy John Appiah's letter,
Right.
and he just sent it for a job.
Like,
you know, so just
like,
the
like a
opportunity.
mate copying myself for me, and he wrote my name. The teacher got confused. He was looking at the back of the book. The name is different, and the original myself is also different.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Some people just even don't know how to copy.
Copy and
Even
paste.
just to feel crap, it's difficult for them
That's
to feel.
another thing.
I said, man, granny. Anyway, so you need to be able to put together your cover letter or write your application letter, and then, like I said, you need to be able to get ready for the interview process. So even in that, there's a lot you need to do. You need to first identify where the office is located. There's going to be a physical interview. Sometimes you have to go and do a research, find out about the most likely people who you meet in the interview, read about the company and understand. There are some basic questions that will by all means come up. You have to rehearse those answers, and then a whole lot of things that maybe later on in our conversation in subsequent days we can focus in on some of these things. And then you need to actually prepare for the job. Some people get too excited when they get a job that they don't resign and they just move to the other job. I'm dealing with a case where somebody is actually working for another company but has received an offer letter and is also working for another company. I think I've said it to you earlier on. So the person comes and says that I'm sick for 2 weeks and goes to work here for 2. I mean, all the young people, sometimes I don't understand people. What is wrong with people? But anyway, you need to be able to prepare adequately for the job as well. So at least these are some few guidelines that you can put in place that will allow you to be able to go through the job search process very successfully.
All right, so finally, let's bring today's session to an end, because I'm already enjoying it and I can't wait to be there on Saturday. And a lot of people are showing interest. I mean, after our show, we had a lot of people who are interested in this upcoming program. You can't miss it for anything. You can't miss it for anything. So what are the key reasons why some graduates are unemployed?
All right. So the very simplest answer I can give is that lack of knowledge, lack of the know-how. So all these things that we have discussed, can you imagine there are people that have never heard this in their entire lives before? This is the first time they are hearing things like that, and they've been home for the past 5 years without a job because they are always looking for daily graphic and looking for job opportunities. Meanwhile, there are 9 different ways by which you can get yourself a job opportunity. So most of the time, people are competent, but it's just that they lack the technical know-how. Some lack that skill that will allow them to be able to effectively package themselves to be able to get a job. In fact, they've been at a scenario where we have interviewed somebody, and according to our preference in terms of the people who want for the job, the person was the least we ranked based on the CVs we saw. But the person came for the interview and was a brilliant person and was able to surpass all the other people and eventually got the job. So sometimes you can sell yourself short on your CV, but if you are lucky to go for the interview, that gives you an opportunity to actually see what it is you can do. But I must say that not all the time, you may not all the time get opportunity to even get to the job interview stage. So right from day one, you need to take everything seriously, including your CVs as well, because that will be the opening for you. That will give you that opportunity for you to rise up to get to the point where you can actually be interviewed and you can actually get a job. All right. So most graduates are home because they have just decided that there's just one single way through which they can get a job, and that is creating a lot of problems. Because already yesterday I indicated that there's a backlog of people, close to over 70,000 people that are home every year looking for opportunities to get. And there are people that also graduated from the senior secondary school that are also looking for jobs, and people that have graduated from GSS are looking for jobs, and there are people that have not even gone to school at all and they are looking for jobs. And I say this again, people should not be confused. Even people that are working are also looking for jobs. I have seen scenarios where people use their employers' internet, and they are looking for jobs. Meanwhile, they are gainfully employed and they'll be paid. So the competition is tough. So you see a vacancy and you think that you are the only one applying for it. There's somebody who has experience and competence who is already working, who's also applying. And you are somebody who has not even worked before and you're also applying. So the competition is always very keen. And sometimes when you talk about a job search, people who have a job think that, oh, as far as that we are done. No, there are better opportunities. There are jobs that you cannot even imagine exist. That if today you have a job that is paying you 1,000 cedis, you can actually get a job that can pay you for doing the same thing 5,000 or more. So there are always opportunities to move from one stage to the other or one point to the other. You need to just be very focused, and then you need to apply these principles we have talked about, and it will create that opportunity for you.
That's great. So tomorrow, that's Wednesday, we'll continue
Yes,
from
sir.
where we left off. So
Yes,
the
sir.
job search workshop 2023.
Yes,
The
please.
venue is BAM Library Conference
Library
Room
conference room.
at the
Yes,
University
at
of
the University
Ghana,
of Ghana,
Legon.
Legon. Yes,
And
please.
it's on the 1st of July.
It's
That
in the
is
1st
this
of July.
Saturday at
Yes,
8
please.
a.m. to 3
Yes,
p.m.
registration starts at 8 a.m. and then we kickstart latest by 9 a.m. The first session will be on. And like I told you yesterday, it's going to be very practical
That's
because
right.
you see, after we do our session on CV, we'll actually give you time to also work on your CV and then you get reviews from our trainers or facilitators who are there.
That's right.
After we do the session on how to actually interview well and pass your interviews, we will set up mock interviews and you come for interviews. Look, there are people that have never been interviewed in their life before.
Certainly.
If you come to that event or come to the training workshop, we'll teach you what to say, how to say it, and actually give you the practical opportunity for you to have the experience of interviewing. Because my candid opinion is that as for interviewing, the more interviews you attend, the more confidence you have because then you have actually been there and you have done it, all right? And then we'll talk about that. We'll go into further details about the 9 strategies you can employ to actually find a job, which I've elaborated a bit upon this morning.
That's
So
right.
we're really looking forward to a lot of people attending and participating in this workshop because it's going to set that platform and that stage for them. And I should also add at this stage, with your permission, that after we have done the training, the group of people we will have, we're going to constantly engage with them, provide mentoring and training for them,
Create a
and
platform
actually,
for
yes, create a platform for them. We actually have a website that we're going to be uploading their credentials on it so that if organizations are looking for people to work with, they go onto that website and then the profiles of these people come up and then they can also get to engage with them. So we really have great intentions, and with the support of PAPALAW Radio, I know that we can really do a lot to help reduce graduate unemployment here in Ghana.
Amazing. And on a lighter note, item 13 is also included.
Heavy lunch. In fact, if you're not careful, you may not even be able to get out from the lunch to come for the last session.
So the early bird is still in force. So
yes, if you're able to pay before Thursday, you have the opportunity to 150. But if you want to come and pay at the gate, it is going for 200 Ghana cedis.
That's great.
Just to make sure that we're able to make adequate provisions for you. That's why the extra 50 is charged because you know these caterers and all these people, when you ask for extras, you have to pay for extra.
All right.
You get the point. However, if you're able to plan well with them in advance, then you're able to manage the cost.
Thank you, sir. We are grateful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a blessed
Nice day. All right. Take care. Bye.
All right. That was Mr. John Appiah, President for African Chamber for Youth Development. Make sure you attend this session. I want you to be part and parcel of this session. BAM conference room, University of Ghana, their business school. Just be part of this all-important job search workshop. I'll go for a quick break. It's time for sports. The professor of sports is already here, so stick and stay right here.
To be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
All right, stand up for the champions. 2 minutes to 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. It's time for Mpɔtam Sport. And we have the professor of sport already here. When it comes to sport, PAPALAW Radio, we stand tall. Eric Banks, what's happening in the world of sports?
Daybreak again. Let me greet the listeners and the viewers. Yes, we are on again, and it's fantastic. Fantastic, you know, when it's getting to midweek, then a lot of action packed on. The Black Meteors will be on the field today.
Today?
Yes, after.
I had to scan my decoder
Okay, to get to watch it.
I don't know why the GTV Plus keep disappearing.
No, it's
TV
license. It has a whole lot of.
Now they have some funny administrator. He puts some stuff.
But people are suspecting Kafui the brain behind this.
Where you say why are you not paying TV bills? I say something. He has some funny response, and now it's engaging. I mean, they're having that.
They are using that to just enlighten that. You know, Papa, the Black Meteors will be on the field today with Morocco. That's the host nation, and it's going to be a tough one because looking at where
they are actually hosted.
Yes, they are actually hosting, and looking at where they are coming from, it's going to be a very difficult one. But I'm just hoping.
Are they having any of their senior players in there?
No.
Most we of have them. Barnier is not delivering.
Barnier today turned 22 years. Yes,
that guy.
That's the birthday for today.
That's football age.
But
per records.
Yes.
I remember Samuel's father was asked, how old is Samuel? He said, why is he dead? Go and ask him. When you go to Asamoah to say, go to my dad.
Go to my parents. They give birth to me. It's happening, Baba. Yesterday, the national team coach, that is Chris Hutton, traveled all the way there to visit the team and spoke to the players and promised them that they are monitoring their progress, and some might be called to some might be called to the senior national team, and they give them assurance. He spoke to Coach Tanko about 1 or 2. Tanko made some remarks that the boys are good, but what happened in the match wasn't really.
They need confidence. I mean, they need to
in the getting to the dynamics of the game. You
once you lose
any team at all can they lost focus, and and Chastela is also in the news bashing Afie Barnier.
Also
talking about Afie Barnier, that if Barnier should lose focus now, it's going to be a terrible one for the young chap. And since he moved to Zurich, FC Zurich in Switzerland, he hasn't really been that free Barnier that we know, and he should step up his game because there are a lot of tasks ahead of him.
And he's the captain.
He's the captain, and we might see it. It's speculating that today he might not be starting the game, but we are yet to know the lineup getting to.
Why is it that players, you are a football, expert, why is it that if you're a player and your coach has confidence in you, but you yourself knows I'm not up to the task, why can't we say you allow me to be on the bench, and when I'm on form I will come?
It's competition, you get it. So should somebody take your place and the person performs, that might be the end of you. So whichever way, even when the footballers fake injuries all the time, they will be injured, but they want to still play. They'll be like, oh, I'm okay, I'm all right. They will still play to just cause the team because they want to. They just don't want the second foot player to come in and take the position. So that those are some of the things. You know, it's a competitive game.
That's right.
The more you sit down, the more somebody take your position. So it's very new. That's why people go to Juju and the rest so they can get enough playing time. And
Juju in African football is real.
World Cup,
no, I mean individually. When it comes to evil.
Oh, okay.
I'm not talking about the winning of the cup. If normally
to Juju
utilize a player, that one they can easily do it.
Yes.
Because we have different energies.
Exactly.
We have the positive and the negative.
Yes.
Some thrive well on the negative. So that's the assertion I'm making. But the fact is, Juju can win the cup. If not Benin Republic.
Yes. They would have been taking the World Cup. Did
you hear that story? I don't know which word to use. Our grandfathers were telling us Ghana played against India.
They scored 99.
99
and we scored one.
And the keeper sometimes when the boys come in, it look like a young rod. I mean,
I was thinking it's only Ghana. I went to Nigeria and they had the same story.
Wow.
Story. It's funny.
Now when you were about to kick the ball, it turns into a metal pot. Hey. Oh, the weirdest thing we heard when we were young. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, enough of the black magic. Let's
right.
do some local news. Yes,
Okay.
Amos Frimpong, former captain for Kumasi Kotoko, has called for the reinforcement of the new Kotoko management team, and he wants a new coach to be appointed as soon as possible.
KK Sapor left and he took the spirit away.
I think everything is going off from the Kotoko setup and across to folks. So we are hoping that things can be put in proper measures and we can get
like Herbert Mensah.
Mensah was one fantastic man.
That fair colored House of Folk
Harizako.
Solid. Two, I mean, CEOs.
They were fantastic.
My goodness.
Yes. It's fantastic. And some journalists are in the news saying that the budget for this particular tournament hasn't been revealed by the Ghana Football Association. No, this one we are in the Black Meteors. We don't know how much they are spending, how much they took there, and they are calling for proper accountability.
That's
so it's something that we are looking at, that they can just do the needful, bring the table. But I think since they've started, they should have demanded that before the tournament starts. But once we've started the tournament, it can bring a whole lot of commotion among the players and even the technical team. And before they were going, it was reported that Tanko and his team hasn't been paid for almost 4 months. You know how this national team assignment works. If you're in a club side, you are taking every month. But when it comes to national team, tournaments and stuff come, I think, 4 months,
That's
2
right.
months.
So you take and then you go.
Now sometimes they put them on they have a GFA salary.
Okay.
So even when there's no tournament, you are being paid. They have a standard one. You are being paid that amount.
Players.
No. I mean the coaches, the technical team. Okay. Yes. When we have a tournament, that is when they give them they increase it
with the bonus.
Exactly. So they have a standard one. Yeah, so as in Chris Hutton now is not coaching any national team now, but since he's in the country doing scouting for players, they give him a standard salary. So when we have a tournament or a match, the winning bonus and stuff like that counts up. I think this is an education to our listeners and viewers.
Very important.
People were asking me such questions. But Kim Faisal is in the news. Alaji Brusa, they wrote a protest. They wrote a protest against Tamale City that they are on relegation now.
That's right.
And they wanted to come back on. And they lost that appeal. And Tamale City CEO yesterday. Okay, so Kotoku Royal, Tamale City, and Kim Faisal went on relegation. But this is the other side of the whole story. What happened is Kotoku Royals, they were officially out. Tamale City were fighting for relegation. They wanted to sustain, but they lost their last match and they had to go. And Kim Faisal want to protest against Tamale City,
so they can get some point.
Some point already relegated.
They are all relegated.
So they can get another 3 points, and they will bring Accra Lions rather down.
Okay.
Then when the issue, it was about.
So you see how life is. Somebody's defeat is somebody's success.
Yeah, exactly. So they were trying to pull.
A lot would have been affected.
So this is how the whole thing. It was about a coach that they failed, but I think they just didn't do thorough search about the coach. But the coach was in the system. Now they have a system. I think the transfer market was open 20th this month, and you need to register all your players, even from a team, from Coast Club. You need to register. They have a timeline, and they will close it. So if they check the system and you don't have some players registered in the system, then they had to query that player and they take the 3 points. And they did that for a coach, and the coach had all the license and was in the system, and they dropped that appeal. Now the Tamale CEO is in the news today that they can take it to even FIFA. They will still go on relegation with them. And we know our father Alaji Bisa is not happy.
He said some of the players in Kim Faisal at the time who are now playing professional football have not helped
to the team. They haven't helped. However, this is the other twist of this story too. Like Kofo, even Ibrahim Tanko played for Kim Faisal. We have good players. Some went to the World Cup and the rest. And they sold Oseko for almost 500,000 USD. Then,
that's a lot.
What happened to that money? They can't even account for
it.
For a stadium.
So why will others have been
exactly? And Tanko made that comment. You sold me to Bayern and Dortmund and the rest, and you demanded huge amount of money, 800,000 and you couldn't at the time.
A lot of money.
You were buying cows.
Alaji.
They said Alaji was buying cows and getting concubines and you know Alaji. Yes, it's Muslim tradition, so they can marry as many as they want, and Santos is emulating that. So our former Accra Great Olympics coach, yes, and a walker. So they are in the news, and he wants to. They want to. Accra folk wants to sign the former Accra Great Olympics coach. Yeah, Coach Ano Walker. He sent the local Black Stars to the Chan, and they did abysmal. They put an abysmal performance. So Accra folk wants to sign that coach. He's a very fantastic coach, but we are hoping he's now the coach for Samatex, and they did very well this season. So they are trying to get the signature of that player. So it's a lot is up for the Hatofuk, and Hatofuk might be having a player exodus this particular season. They might be clearing a lot of players to go out from the team because they haven't really put up a lot of things.
They must release them
a lot because the team is sinking, and Togbe has to do a lot of things to seal that. But let's do some international news. FIFA misled public over carbon neutral World Cup. Yes, it was an interesting one. Yes, Argentina won the 2022 World Cup in Qatar to become the 3 times champion. FIFA made 4 statements about the reduced environment impact of the Qatar World Cup. Yes, a Swiss regulator has said football world governing body they had a very interesting link to this tournament, and they took money from the Qatarians before giving them the right to host this nation, and a lot of information came out that the World Cup, the setup of the stadiums, the people that came, their weather conditions, using air conditions in the stadium will affect our weather conditions and a whole lot. Yes, and FIFA made a statement that everything was in place. They've called experts to come and check up things, but from other bodies checking means that they had to compromise and just play it because they want things to play there. Right. Now issues are coming up, and it's very interesting in the coming
somebody's
weeks. Interest, yes. We will see how things will turn up. It's been a fantastic one, but we are still hoping that we can get a solution to what is happening. But let's do some interesting transfer news happening in the world of sports. Yes, West Ham has rejected Manchester City £90 million for Declan Rice. Yes, yesterday they submitted a £90 million offer for him. Arsenal already submitted £79 million, and they rejected that. The main price they are looking for is £100 million for that young chap. So that is an interesting one. We are looking for that Manchester City can put in word because they've lost their talisman Gundogan, so they need a replacement as soon as possible. Harry Kane is on the top list for Bayern Munich, and as it stands now, they've had conversation with the agent and the management, so they are seeing they can get the young chap's signature. But Real Madrid also want the chap. He's not even young. He's I think 30 now or 29, 30 now. So they want his signature because since they lost Karim Benzema, it wasn't a well-planned exit for Karim Benzema, but it's a footballer, so he had to go and look for the money in Saudi Arabia. Sure. Yes, Arsenal make an improved budget of £41 million for Timber in Ajax. It's a very fantastic. I love that boy so much. Arsenal submitted a £39 million and it was rejected by Ajax, and they are submitted a very good offer now. The same today, this one, they said Arsenal is also trying to talk to Ajax about Kudus. It's not officially confirmed though, but they are still having conversation. Right. Same as Manchester United also want the signature of that chap because the coach for Manchester United was the one who signed Kudus to Ajax, so he knows the potential of that player. So they are still communicating around it. Yes, Mason Mount is still in the news. Manchester United, Chelsea rejected the first bid for Manchester United. That was £41 million. They rejected it, and as it stands now, they've gone with an improved budget that is £51 million. So we are seeing if Chelsea will still. Yes, so far Chelsea have been able to get almost £143 million from the sales of Kovacic, Koulibaly. That's right. Yes, a lot of them are.
They've made money.
Money, yes, but we are looking how they will invest that amount in there as well. Yes, Al Hilal are advancing in the negotiation with Firmino from Liverpool. Yes, or he's a free player now, so they are still negotiating together, a young chap in there. And Al Nassr, Ronaldo's team, officially have signed Hakim Ziyech from Chelsea.
Wow.
So they are doing some fantastic signings out there. Yes, they are doing some fantastic up there. And Leicester City going on relegation, they have some key players in there that might believe in it. One is Madison. Yes, James Madison is in the news now, and Tottenham won the signature. They've submitted £40 million for the 26-year-old player, but as it stands now, nothing has been confirmed from Leicester City. I don't know whether they're going to keep the players and still come back to the league next season, but we are yet to see how things will turn up for the Fox side. Yes, it's happening. Lionel Messi is also in the news. I said, I have close to an extraordinary career. Yes, so it's coming close to an end. Yes, his career is coming close to an end.
Winning the World Cup was his ultimate.
Exactly. He was looking for that dream come true, and finally,
he should thank his teammates.
Yes.
You could see the hunger.
They wanted to do it for Messi.
Let's do it for Messi. It's unlike Portugal. I mean, if Ronaldo had the same energy
around him, he would have gone further.
They are just sabotaging the whole.
I think they are looking at Ronaldo being the figure for this whole tournament. Should the Portuguese win it?
Now he's in the book of records.
Yeah.
200.
He has done appearance for nobody has done that, and it's an incredible achievement. Even at the age of almost 38, still going to the national team should tell you the kind of caliber he is. Yes, and as yesterday I made mention of Andre Onana is in the news. I think conversation is furthering up with Manchester United. They still want the signature of that player. So let's see how things will turn up for that particular Bayern. They still want Kyle Walker from Manchester City.
Wow.
Yes, Kyle Walker's contract will be ending next season,
and they want him.
And they want him, and they want to give him 3 years contract. This is the twist of the issue. Manchester City, they look at the player's age. Like Gundogan is 32, 33 now. So when they give you 2 years contracts, anytime they are giving you a double offer, then it means that you need to actually increase your salary for you. And as it stands now, they are not ready to do that, but they wanted to give him a year offer to Gundogan, and they'll renew it with another option. But Gundogan wanted 2 years.
He's a free agent.
They wanted 2 years. The agent management wanted 2 years, in the sense that the 2 years, these players, when they get to that age, they will be dropping. If you sign a player for 2 years with that age, he'll be a bench warmer, and you'll be paying money for no job. So it's a strategic movement they are doing. So the main reason why he signed for Barcelona was Barca offered 2 years with another possible extension of another year. So 3 years in all. And with 22 years, 32, 33 years, when they give you that offer, you should just grab it, because you can even be at the bench and still be earning huge, make your money. So that is the same idea Bayern want to use for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is 33 years now, and they are looking at 34 years now. They're looking at giving him 3 years contract. Manchester City want to give him a year possible extension. They will want to assess you a year. If you are still that strong, they will give you another year. But as it stands now, they are looking at giving him just a year. But he loves Manchester City. He's been more like a legend there now. He wants to end exactly. And this is how Pep Guardiola is using to tie a lot of these boys down. Like Firmino, who went to Fernandinho, who went to Brazil, said that Pep Guardiola wanted to make him an assistant coach, part of this team management, and so that will be another offer on the table. So you sign for the 1 year. When we assess you, we see that you can still do it. You will play, but if you can't, you join the backroom staff. But he said he's been in Europe for 17 good years. Yes, he hasn't been to Brazil. The father is, I think, 78 now. He wants to spend much time with the father now, so he wants to go back to the Brazil to spend time with the family. And this Brazil, they always think
family.
It's
family
one important thing. They don't look at the money. I don't know. They've made everything in the football. You've gone to Europe for 17 years, play for Shakhtar, come from Manchester City. You've done enough. Yes, you had other options to even. But he wants to go back home, so he went home. So this is what Kyle Walker is saying that he might also be staying in there. Kawaka was born in Sheffield. So Sheffield United wants to give him the last dance, that he should come home.
That's right.
Yes, and give them hang the boots, but they are still contemplating on that. Papa, Jojo Walcott, that is the goalkeeper for the national team, has signed for Aberdeen in Scotland. Okay. This is how it happened. When he's played for what's the name? Black Stars. He was playing for Swindon Town. That is the 4th year of English football, unknown league. He came in, played 1 or 2 games, get a huge offer, and went to Crawley Town. And Crawley Town to play some few matches. He came to the national team, came and played 2-3 matches, went to Charlton Athletic. The money came up, and now with the national team involvement has gotten to, and he'll be playing the Europa Conference League next season. So this is what some of the things national team does for a player. Joseph Atamalawe, for instance, was in the news, nearly signed for Fulham. Yes, he's my brother. He nearly signed for Fulham, but they demanded for a percentage in the national team. Okay, and that is how the whole twist come up. Wow. So the national team really helped the player. That's why you could see from nowhere. There will be a player playing for the national team, and Ghanaians will be commenting and all that. The new stadium for Real Madrid, and this is what is going to end them in a year. 1 billion euros a year. Should they finish a multi-purpose stadium? You can see when Real Madrid is playing, they have some places covered with their logos and stuff like that. And it's going to be when, let's say, they have it's going to be a multi-purpose stadium. They're going to use it for rugby. Right after football game, the pitch has layers, like 4 or 5 layers. It will sink, another layer will come. Well dressed. I think one of these will bring the video. Well dressed, then they can use it for their rugby. They can also shift it and use it for tennis. Shift it again. Come up and use it for basketball
on this planet.
On this planet, yes. So, and a year it's going to fetch them, estimated going to fetch them 1 billion euros a year. So that is why the president, Florencio Perez, is also being reluctant, signing huge figures for Real Madrid. That's his start now, because he has a very huge project ahead of them, and it's going to be a covered stadium. So when they finish, when they are playing some tournaments that the rain, snow, or something, they will just cover it and use it for their. And they can even use it for entertainment purpose as well. A concert, they can still cover the whole pitch, give them a 3rd layer, stand on it with huge machines, and give them. It's fantastic. Santiago Bernabeu and Lionel Messi yesterday.
I'm sure GFA will be watching.
Which stadium are we going to use for that? Papa, let me chip in with what you bring. Tanzania, they have a club in Tanzania called the Young African Sports Club. The Young African Sports Club. Yes, they have quite a few of Ghanaian players playing there, and this is their gate proceedings for just last season, just the ended season.
Africa here,
they ended 830,000 USD. Gate proceeds, like people paying ticket to go and watch ball. That is the amount, 830,000 USD. That is what they ended. And this club is no bigger than Kotoko.
Oh,
it's no bigger than Accra to Folk.
And when it comes to even football, you don't mention this country.
But this is what they ended from gate proceeds. Like, I'm just surprised. This morning I was just doing my research. I was like, just gate proceeds. How can?
Yeah.
And even our league winner is ending
3 billion.
This is 1,000 USD. We don't have to shout. Either one shout. One shout, Papa. One shout. Lionel Messi. I'll end with Lionel Messi. Today is in the news being the foreign player, best foreign player in the France League. Just ended France League One news. They said he's the foreign player, the best foreign player in the France League. So this is another accolade for Messi to his Mausoleum. So I think Ronaldo has a Mausoleum in Portugal. All the awards he has won has there, and he even has a wax of himself there as well. Right. And now Lionel Messi is not really a media person, but is still trying to get up with the media work of Ronaldo. Always I'll compare that. Ronaldo has a whole of
that comparison will never end.
And even when they are done with football,
now it's Messi, just the World Cup that had,
differentiate the whole,
settled the whole if not. But it will linger on.
Should they even finish, their kids will still come up and it will continue. Even a lot will happen. A lot will happen. Should one be a coach?
It will take maybe a century for us to have such kind of players because Haaland and Mbappe are two different.
They can go for 2 seasons and then they are done with them. Yes, that's how I say things.
Yeah.
But
these guys.
Yeah, I think they will learn from them. Ronaldo has a whole office in Portugal called the Ronaldo office, and if Ronaldo score a goal, they have like a whole setup. They are working, doing the how many goals he has scored with the left foot, how many goals he has scored with the head, and they are working like every day. They are working.
They
are working, and they will intentionally put something out there, create controversies, and they will dive attention from something that is happening in the family. Just recently, they said the wife and they wanted to divorce and all that, and they've even signed a.
No, officer Ronaldo,
Papa, why should I know?
Football. They say I'm 4.
4. And why was surrogate?
And man, I did the money between. Now we are where we are Japan, the Amazon. And
the woman is looking smart here too. He's also trying to build himself.
So a model,
yes, trying to build himself. He's trying.
But what's the secret? Because but
still that's why I don't even know how they do it. They can just give birth and the next day they are on and they are normal. But I am
Crawford.
Alright, so
George Free also be too.
Yes, George Free was serious. George Free was
the person we cost supporting the 10 bags of cement. No 2
people who don't know was the assistant JFA president then for Christian So he has
and non Nkofo in a cheaper share.
A lot is happening, but Cake is being strategic here. As I said yesterday, all the traditional team are coming back. They are it's voted like how do they call it? Fear delegates, good. Delegates.
That's a delegate conference.
Yes. So the Division 1 league and the Premier League team they will vote. So as it stands now, Kurt is trying to do all of them. He's trying to do all of them a favor. You pick your player to the national team or any of the national team, or your coach to any of the national team. He's done you a favor. You have to return the favor. So that is, but a free is smart.
A free
can do something.
Okay, 49. Yes, 49, 44.
Yeah. Just encore and they could have gone another game. It was another way. But free just wanted to
me. I wish a free wins. On also the cloud.
Oh yes.
As Ghana democracy. And I say not sika no pay so feel. And she ever had a reporter that.
So that's how.
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great news. That was the sports professor Eric Menz giving us updates about the world of sports. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show. I will take you back to Assin North for you to know what is really happening on the grounds. The MPP, we are told, is already sharing money. Omo chesika. Hey. Stick and stay right here.
Yo, Kofi, oh man, ya woman, oh man, ya mama, Geni baby, ako, wacha, ya wareni, Wonsom, wanini pa, asa dipa, wofio ye, Gamo yembera ye, ebe ya.
Right, on my BA for me, 27 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online, radiobox.com. I have on the line, our reporter is back again to give us a detailed update at the Assin North. Today, our focus is on the Assin not by-election, the center of attraction. Almost every political animal in this country from both divide. The MPP and the NDC is in the Assin North. And he's going to give us eyewitness, report. Minu Akwaku.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are back again.
Yes. That is what we're going to do throughout the day.
I'm telling you. And so what's happening? What can you report to us from Assin North? And where are you precisely?
Yes, I'm still at Assin Kushia. Actually, Assin Kushia has 4 polling stations.
Assin Kushia?
Kushia, yes.
Okay.
There are 4 polling stations. You know, our arrival, we were met with an allegation. Which, the guy gave it to you. I sent the audio to that.
Your voice is down. Can you amplify your voice a bit for me?
Let me. Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. Due to the security nature of the work that we're doing, sometimes we need to tone down a bit.
That's right.
All right. So as I told you, Assin Kushia has 4 polling stations. DC Primary School, DCJHS, Methodist Primary, and Methodist Church. These are the 4 polling stations in Assin Kushia. And for DC Primary School, they have 402 members registered on the voter register. Okay. And then for DCJHS, they have 854. Methodist Primary has 524. And then the Methodist Church is 493. So as I speak to you now, all polling centers, there are election ongoing. They've started with a casting of votes here at Assin Kushia for all the 4 polling stations. Fortunately, I told you about the security arrangement for this particular by-election. And I must once again commend the IGP and his men, and the police are all over. In fact, we're here when a car came with some big people that we call the Metro Men.
That's right.
And
I can see the IGP himself.
Yes, the IGP
walking through the town.
Yes. IGP just left Assin Kushia. He came to inspect all the 4 polling stations, and he just left the place. And there are some guys who came and they said they are from national security, but the police prevented them from entering the polling centers.
They are from the national security.
That is what they said. They are from
them to come around.
That is the multi-million question that we are asking. But fortunately, the police did not allow them to enter the voting center. So as I speak to you now Dampare has left here. But you could see that more people are coming. I have seen Honorable Emmanuel Amabua. I think he's in charge. He's the leader of the NDC in this community. That he's monitoring things here with some other MPs. MP for Ekumfi, who happens to be forgetting the name. The MP for Ekumfi who just lost Abeku Krentel. Thank you. Who just lost the NDC primaries. He's here. He's also monitoring things. The MPP first vice chairman for the region, Percy, is also here. I think he's the leader of the MPP delegation here. And I've seen the MPP constituency, some executive, the youth organizer, which we spoke with, debunking the idea, the allegation that they are sharing money, which from our investigation, we can confirm that there are some kind of act going on, but we'll give you the details whenever when everything is done. We need to find more into this and then get back to you. So the electoral process has not been distracted. For that one, I can say to it.
Voting has begun already.
Yes, the voting began.
Started 7 a.m. on the dot, or you have some extra time on it.
Some stations like some voting center, the DCJHS, when we got there, it was past 7, but they had not started. The allegation was that that is where the money sharing allegation was raised,
Okay, so there was
and the
some.
MPP were reacting to that. And again, there was some kind of misunderstanding between the MPP and the NDC polling agent, because they claim they should have been one, but according to the returning officer, it is only one person who is supposed to be the polling station, a polling agent for a particular party. But
Okay.
the returning officer clarified that they can be two. So if the MPP has extra person to join the one who has come, they should bring that person. So that was the only problem, the only issue that we got. But it didn't even lasted for 5 minutes. They were able to sort things out. You know, the MPP is being careful here in Kushia because this is their stronghold, as they claim, and so they don't want to do anything that can distract the voting process. And they believe that the more the process is smooth, the higher their chances of winning the election here. But on the NDC side, they've started complaining that the money sharing is going to influence the vote, and that if the election is allowed to be free and fair, the NPP will even lose in Kushia, which is their stronghold. But all said and done, the process is going on smoothly without any much distractions.
That's great. So, from the look of things, almost every electorate is ready to cast his or her vote in their various polling stations.
Yes, when you look at the projections, I can say, looking at the numbers here this morning, I can say that this by-election will have a very, very, very high voters turnout. I can say that for a fact, or I can project that they can have a very, very high turnout compared to other by-elections, because it's early days yet, but you can see tens of people in the queue. The energy, the enthusiasm, the way people want to come out and vote is something that
blows your mind, eh?
You know, this kind of manner.
All right.
It's something that blows my mind, and so it's something. It's so fun. Some see it as aside the election, they see it as something unprecedented, which they've not seen in their lifetime before. So they want to be part of it. Even the aged want to be part of it. How much more the youth? And so this is what is happening in Assin. The energy is high. Everybody is smiling, and as you can see, and I can confirm to you that this money sharing is not from any one side. Almost everybody.
But I don't think it's something we should, encourage.
Yes,
even on the voting day, a particular party is still sharing money to, woo the people to their side. It's out of order. I think the police should crap the whip by arresting those individuals. I think the right thing must be done as soon as possible, because if we continue or toward this tangent, chances are that after the election we'll have a lot of issues here and there. So I think
after the election we have a lot to talk, but for now, because we're on the ground, I think for now we can say it's an allegation, but after the election we'll give you the real facts.
Okay, so let's look at I know you have a lot to do and a lot of polling stations. In the afternoon we'll do an extended version of our broadcast, so hopefully we'll come back to you. But for now, looking at the people in the queue, are we having a lot of the youth, old, the aged, our mothers and our fathers, the middle age? Can you give us?
Yes, it's people of all walks of life. The youths are in the queue. The aged are there. You saw this morning. We spoke to some of the one old woman who is 70. I think 76 years. The age that she mentioned,
and she is still interested in this election.
Yes, everybody is excited. The person sees it as a constitutional mandate, something that he or she ought to do. So there are a lot of people in the queue. There are a lot of people, a lot of youth, a lot of aged, the guys, everybody. It's even sometimes when you look at the general election, some are persuaded before they vote. But you can see that I don't know whether the persuasion has been done in the closet
or something like that. The energy and the smiles and the faces is great.
All right, so thank you very much. We'll come back to you again, probably before we close the show, and then we will do a extended version in the afternoon to know what is happening. Especially, what I love about elections is when it's time for counting. The EC officials will be counting 1, 2, 3. I like that, and it get to that point where every politician love mathematics. Me, I don't like mathematics for one, but some politicians will love it when the numbers are more. And when the numbers are less, that's where the issue starts. So, stick and stay. Be safe. We'll come back to you. Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. So that was our reporter, Kweku Efriye, reporting from Assin North. And today that is the center of attraction when it comes to politics in Ghana. So stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. We'll be right back.
Yamishira, Mamani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Misroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, O'Brien, Boya, Amoya Murae, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Janova Popo, Asita, Sampayetia Obayansa Fusu Munibia one kana sam Zema to some kakre wa supeme Yo Kofi Omaya woman Omani ya memana Geni baby ako Wacha ya wareni Wonsom wanini pa Nasa dipa wofyo ye Yamo yembera ye Ebe ya Efiana Omaya umano Omaya memana Adiwa ya nora Yamicha.
ɔman yɛ ɔman me nso me man Ghana yɛ me no dia wonso yɛ di nipa na yɛ abrabɔ yɛ bɔ no yɛnhwɛ ne yɛmɔ ne yie yɛnhwɛ sɛ Mpɔtam nso ate yɛdi hɔ ni yɛmprapra yɛndodo yɛntete gatas mu na Ghana nyɛ krabɛhwɛ so ɔbɛkae a 2 weeks ago a member of parliament for Ashama constituency Honorable Ernest Dogbe or press conference on media men nyina echinchi nante Ashama Mpɔtam nyina said ye be ya akwan asese no ye be number ni nyina na ahwe kwan ye be fa so a ye be ye kwan no ye hwe se ye ne Honorable Ernest Dogbe etu sa anamo no fa so bi abaso na your reporter Oheneba Kofi Prince ewo Ashaman babia ye de shase a report about bad rules on PAPALAW radio. You making sure say you putting the government on his toes. Amat near a WhatsApp or yema man for what to me aye. Minya Kofi Oheneba Kofi Prince ewa humane so Oheneba machi
na yeja
bokode
oh twena ponya kwado
onya gobedi anasa shama kokobia nom
onya Ota danti no na ye governor no pasa
anti munum koko nansa ashama so do nam wa no bi di na beti pempem wo
ashama de ha kwa na nipa yetumi chi traffic traffic
human traffic
ashama human traffic
yo ene ehifa na ogina sisi a
okay sisi a no ma ba be pie mu ewo new town junction ashama new town junction Kamucho etifu beka ya ene atako beka ya eye ne Honorable Ernest Dogbe oye MP Emma Shaman na ye ka akwan wasem na me ya Shaman akwan because oba Ashama high the major problem omo wo pa omo kwan enti we na Ernest Dogbe Ashama MP no edisi ne so say okay obe frɛ
point of correction Ernest Dogbe Dogbe no
difference won pa yeah enti eno na nam so na Ernest Dogbe frɛ media no on media no ekɔtɔ na Ashama deserve better yekɔtɔ ni ti tɔ na yekɔ no ni yekɔ point out kwan na asɛni nyina ɛwɔ Ashama community no mu nyina na enumu na ene nyame adoma ene kopim ochira no ene ye the 2 weeks because oma MPP aban no 2 weeks ultimatum say aban no ebetwa nani ababa na pepe
we no go move
nti oma MPP government no aban no 2 weeks ultimatum so me to me ababa Ashama community no because we deserve better pepe enunti na endra na me adom endra so nya ntie se akwan no oma sha akwan na se na anope man twentwen so kura oni se PAPALAW media de enya ne se asam ne yete ya ne ye tu hana mo ye ntwen so kura eti anope na me tu hana mo na me pie mu Ashama New Town na me fa Ashama New Town road no me nanti mu ekofa Pentecost dance
o de kire ye kan say 22 kwan yi wo
Ahwa eti minam New Town Junction me say New Town Junction stay dance one ma esomu akopie wo Pentecost Junction baby MC na nkasa Honorable Abet ewo hono ne hono na me likodu ye na me du na me twa so ko afarwa kwan no so me twa so ekoho na ne nyina mu no me fi hono nyina ban na me hu ni say akwan no omo de anwea ababegu so omo de anwea ababegu so na afi na me hu say omo keka mo na me ba no me tite nkofo bia no nsem omo kan no no mo kan say akwan no for the past 10 years for the past 15 years omo kan ebitumi de anwea no begu so party we ba no de anwea begu so no de na no abefa ho anoko no de na no abefa ho anoko enti Ernest Dogbe 2 weeks ultimatum no de ma ban no because o put interview na o say o de ma ban ni we o say aban na ntu anamo a ono ankasa be hu ni obetumi aye yes enti enne yaba be hu say o de anua no agugu so nyina enti no from New Town hono mo eko Pentecost Junction de bia MT na ankasa wo ene eko pem signature asarwa kwan ni nyina no wa start ya o mo de anua na be di
ene mefa ho ekwan paso de wonam so na wakata wani na utia so saa na mom se wani bebo na etebesi so de me say ye at least ye de dotie ni gushu a ne ye bebo jane so mo ne se wo mo meye kwan na nkasa we o mo fa ye kan say emoba emeguso nyen asphalted road in famai said the beya o manfo no ani baji na mom omanfo no nso afutu ben na wo se ye de ma wo omo nso ye sese mo de abo ni begu a no mu wiewia o
un se ade ba ko no se ye mi be piem wa mi hu ni se anua no mo de begu ho no o hwe eye afarwa kwan na bebi ka clear bi pe na eye kwan no omo de anua na kasa spread ho na so mo de apete ho but anua na de omo na begu so omo de begu so eye line by line but pass o ma spread ni de omo spread here ya ka clear bi pe na o ma spread anua no wo enu ntino so omo de begu omo bo ano sa na nipa na ewo ho no edu so ewiewia but se preko pe na de kusu na start eduma na so de eduma na I think say ebeden emma tinobufo no emfa mo sam be kan no ya no
Submission for Nina or Sani na Emsa Kwan lead to one of the road lead to MC you know if you
thank you go Johnson wa
one de begu wana
but ni yenya ntie ne say eye ye ba ni ye se na nkofo bi e de anwane bi eye adwuma na ye bi so mo no mo say de bi o mo ye adwuma no hono na eye anu odin tokru na photo na da hono amana we anya photo amana pa idi wo mu ba ko efe enesno bi na o de ka bi san so mo pe anwana trend ba ko e de ba begu that was last week Sunday no is ade chin no mu say tipa bi de den anwano aba begu so and how tie bi mu so e bi mu say o mu nim eye ida enesno bi na de anwana begu ana say MC na na assembly na de anwana begu ho enti mi wo eni ba ko a me pese on ne be kasa because ono no ye adwuma e wo kwan no sisi a me pese on be mana woni na di nkomo no bi kasa yo
opanyi mache opanyi
papa
mache
yeja
na wapo mo
nyam na dumo
memo akwa baba PAPALAW radio so Mpɔtam dwumadie so na babi a wugina no ye frɛ ho sai
ye frɛ ho ayi ashpom
Newtown Ashfom
Nkwakoyo
na ekwan yi area ho eho na wote na wo ye adwuma wo ho
be ti area ho pepepe
area ho no makwan sem etesɛn
na so akwan no nye piti be dia ye jira ye piti we je ye photo we am na ka say nkofo cars debre wa ha piti wa copy ayi bi obeni mu no ayi chief inspector atu second area Agbekanko house na ho nye kra anti last 2 weeks na me madam for me ni aduma wa ha no your friend say coffee me no ye aduma wa ha fine wo ho no na ye na kra anti me no ye aduma wa ho anti e pon anwumre no na me friend is not be say kwanu ho no nye anti on bo mo dia no pe 13 embegu ho ma ye na ye fan feel ho nti ono so okache se di se nsuo no ba fam nti enra nyumre no be se 6:30 na me pe ko ho no area na me se omu di anua 1 trip ago be dia ba ko si ye be dia adwuma ho krampo na enye nti omu di ka se be egu ho na se ye sadia e ba be si ha no
ati na chese eti we nya assembly ni na yes adwuma we ana omu siesie mu akwan ne dia amamo
okay ni dynamic actually ko for mo jira mo dia no omo say dynamic actually no ko be wo han sa dynamic actually so mo gidi say dynamic actually no go no omo gidi say onu na dey start pa be bia me chem pepe no mo di begu ho
okay
nti ko fu be say dynamic actually da no nti omo gidi say onu na dey ye no begu ho
ati den na opeso ka kira ban afidie ye dru akiri den na opeso ka kira ban
master but me friend say Emmanuel Jaka mambo mi dey first na in fact abai wa dey ho ambo papa ma ahunchira ba oman nyire mu asema kwan nyira obesi komo apiti ayi zenu ho no nyira besi ko ayi ye ka say traffic onu mata obeka say ayi amra o ma tutu togu ho ana be eduma hansu ko be sa per wan to the same thing even aya hankuan o ko ayi court one area President Joshi court one area. Oh, Anukrampo, Bobo, official town, Ashama town road in the master. And the she in Kosum, Jenga Kaka she in Kosum. Nti abai there in fact Ashama had there on person to any Ashama Hanukra Ankasa.
Nti abai meboa na osiesie makwan mamonyesa.
Anukrampo na yeshe ombebua.
Yate.
And you say na waja we ato. No
quarry. Aban wati obeba be 2000 na money dia mam yeso ye bekoso abo de ro afa makwan anya ho wosapan eba na obeye mamo me da se bebre
nti me da wase eja
oheba ene ye de bisi ha
na mesa na me no asenka kredika kitwe ebi empata na me ba na me de hu bibi na we no kan e very secret but esem de tuga meba na ba kon efe MC na ya fe MC na fe na wan pekeda papa ya fe na okay tuka de bisa ne nsem kakra ba ya fe na wan peke eno so wo sa enti ashama ye hia ya kwan
the when MC na mekase ya ye an imbalance report ye pese enya ono so nanu sem but wa makwan nti o final reporter now the account all right you better say
okay
nyame hwe also
amen
you reporter Ohiniba Kofi Prince ene ne kasa ya shama Mpɔtam ho ye story efa o makwan anya ho ne yate se ye di latrite ensheda nya aboba ye latrite ase dotie bisa dotie abo bi frafra and the idea could go say 1 trip or say 2 trip say enough to work on their roads into near ye hwehwe de e wo say aban no etumi eye edemaye nyame nhira. All right, so Mpɔtam morning show aka 7 minutes now about 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW radio. We streaming live on www.modernghana.com online radiobox.com. Assin lost Dampare for election security duty so far. The national chairman of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, Johnson Assin has showered praises on the Inspector General of Police, IGP, Dr. George AKUFO-ADDO for his supervision of elections since he assumed office. Mr. Assin noted that the IGP has passed 2 election tests. The NDC has graded him since he took office. He cited the NDC primaries and the Kumawu by-elections as polls the IGP gave himself a good account of. Mr. Assin made this known while responding to questions from journalists after a crunch meeting between the leadership of the police and political parties as well as the Electoral Commission of Ghana, EC, on Monday, June 26th. The meeting came barely 24 hours to the crucial by-election in Assin North constituency in the central region. Mr. Assin had earlier expressed anger over the lack of a security meeting between the police and political parties ahead of the by-elections, but he said the NDC has faith in the Dampare-led personnel to provide fair security during the polls. World Bank gives Ghana $200 million to modernize and diversify tree crops sector. The government of Ghana has received approval for $200 million in financing from the International Development Association, IDA, for the Ghana Tree Crop Diversification Project, TCDP, to diversify and grow its economy through modernizing agriculture to accelerate productivity, resilience, and industrialization. This financing would directly benefit 12,800 cocoa farmers and 39,935 cashew, coconut, and rubber farmers and their households. An additional 20,000 jobs are expected to be created in downstream value addition by mobilizing capital market. Nearly 40% of on-farm beneficiaries will be women. While Ghana's tree crop sector plays an enormous role in agriculture and the economy, the sector can contribute more substantially to Ghana's economy and society than it currently does, including job creation, export revenue generation, and poverty reduction of the country's poorest people. Cocoa, cashew, coconut, and rubber segment employ some 728,000 and 100,000 and 10,364 and 4,322 farmers respectively. Don't vote for someone who could end up in jail. AKUFO-ADDO to Assin North constituent. President AKUFO-ADDO has charged the people of Assin North not to make a mistake by voting for the National Democratic Congress NDC's parliamentary candidate in the by-election. The president insists that James Gyakye Quayson cannot deliver on the duties expected of him as a member of parliament. According to President AKUFO-ADDO, Mr. Quayson could end up in jail due to the criminal trial he is facing, leaving the constituency without an MP. Speaking at the New Patriotic Party's final rally ahead of the by-election scheduled for Tuesday, June 27th, President AKUFO-ADDO urged voters in Assin not to endorse the MPP's candidate, Charles Opoku. You can't prejudice a case in court. Mahama slams AKUFO-ADDO for Gyakye Quayson's comment. Former President John Dramani Mahama has taken a swipe at his successor Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO for passing comment he deems prejudicial to the ongoing criminal case involving James Gyakye Quayson. On Sunday, June 25th, while speaking at the Church of Pentecost in Assin Akomfode in the Assin North constituency in the Central Region, President AKUFO-ADDO insinuated that the National Democratic Congress, the NDC's parliamentary candidate in Tuesday's by-election, is a candidate for prison. They say even if Gyakye Quayson is in jail, they will vote for him. Are we going to vote for someone who is going to prison? What benefit would the people derive from voting for such a person? We want someone who, when he is voted for, can come to me and plan how to develop the constituency. But Mr. Mahama reacted strongly to this and said the president's comments are against the tenet of the 1992 Constitution and indeed democracy in Ghana. The president is wrong when he says that because he is prejudicing the case in court. The 2024 NDC presidential candidate said in an interview with TV3 Kwamla Kluche in Assin North. Stop misleading the people, Mahama tells AKUFO-ADDO on Gyakye Quayson Sakandi comparison. Former President John Dramani Mahama has told President Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO that the facts of the cases involving Adamu Sakandi, the late Boko member of parliament who was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment after he was found guilty of false declaration of office, perjury, and disposed Assin North lawmaker James Gyakye Quayson, who is also standing trial for the same charges, are not the same. He said President AKUFO-ADDO should stop misleading the people by saying that the two cases are the same. Mr. Mahama's comments come after President AKUFO-ADDO told constituents in Assin North not to vote for a candidate who is standing trial in court during the by-election. Addressing a gathering in the constituency on Sunday, June 25th, President AKUFO-ADDO said for the constituency to witness the needed development, a candidate with legal issues should not be voted for. They say even if Gyakye Quayson is in jail, they will vote for him. Are we going to vote for someone who is going to prison? Responding to him, Mr. Mahama also told a gathering in the constituency on Sunday that don't deceive the people of Assin North to believe that the two situations are the same. Adamu Sakandi, went to prison because he lied and concealed his passport. Jachi Kwesi has not hidden his passport. Prior to voting for him in 2020, Canada had accepted that he was no longer a Canadian citizen. What crime has he done? MPP will recapture Assin North seat. Ahiagba, the director of communications for the New Patriotic Party, Mr. Richard Ahiagba, has said the governing party will win the by-election in Assin North on Tuesday, June 27. Mr. Ahiagba said the people of Assin North have found the MPP to be their best bet in terms of providing development. The MPP will recapture the Assin North seat. This is because the voters have found out that their bet with the MPP have yielded better development outcome. Believe it, he tweeted. UBA partners with AFCFTA to invest $6 billion to finance SMEs in Africa. United Bank for Africa, UBA, PLC, on Monday, June 19, signed an agreement with the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat to invest $6 billion as funding for African small and medium enterprises within the next 3 years. The breakdown of the $6 billion investment shows that a total of $1.2 billion has been budgeted for the year 2023, $1.9 billion for 2024, and $2.88 billion for 2025. UBA signed the agreement with AFCFTA on the sidelines of the opening ceremony of the 30th Afrexim Bank annual meeting, which was held in Accra. Or mine be ye 4 minutes on top of the hour, 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, online radiobox.com. Or mine be ye Stick and stay right here. I'm going for a short break, and when I'm back, we'll do politics.
Yamishira, Omani Paya, the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Bestroyan, O'Brien, Boya, Amoya Murae, Abeya, Efianara, Omabaya, Efianara, Janoma, Asitra.
All right, on mine be ye we have on the line to speak to the all-important and all-awaited, long-awaited Assin North by-election. It was slated on the 27th, that is today, by the Electoral Commission of Ghana. And by God's grace, the battle line has been drawn. The police are on point. they've just my reporter tells us that there's been an arrest. Those who are doling out monies, and we'll go to him. But before then, Honorable Ashiama Daniel Ashiama is the former MP for Buem constituency. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm bouncing around. Yourself?
I'm also bouncing around.
How's the family and our farm?
Oh, everything is fine. The farm is doing very well. The family is cool.
We thank God. We thank God. Honorable, quickly, we have a reporter on the ground telling us people started queuing as early as 4 a.m. And it blows my mind. He's actually of the view that it's one of the most amazing and interesting and intriguing, borrow me words, election we have ever had, particularly a by-election. And so your thoughts about the general outview. I know you are also receiving reports out there, but that is from a reporter. I mean, very authentic and credible report. And we are told that a lot of people are killed, both the aged, the middle class, and the youth, everybody in the queue. What can you deduce from this, I mean, atmosphere in Assin North?
Thank you very much. And I say good morning to your listeners.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to Assin North people, and especially so Honorable Jechi Kwesi, who by the end of the day, God shall be declared victorious. Yeah, PAPALAW, what else is that? Yes, this election is one of the one that I've seen intense campaign of recent years. The sitting president was there. The former president was there. And everybody was there. So you see that the whole Assin North have been stuck in a serious campaign.
That's right.
So that's not surprising. People will start queuing even at 2 a.m. Because they have listened to both sides and they want to go there
and exercise their franchise.
Yes, exercise their franchise and tell government their mind. So we will be praying and be waiting patiently to see what will happen in the evening. Because what we are seeing today with other reports that you have heard, people being arrested, journalists might been taken by the MPP guys.
That's right.
So clearly that the current
police is on top of issues.
Yes. The current government do not want to play by the electoral rules. MPP, because they have failed, they have become so arrogant and they have thrown the rule of law away. Where on earth you gather people in homes and distributing money? A sitting government. A sitting government, their campaign plan is to gather people and distribute money. They have failed. And I'm asking God to let them fail today and bow down in shame. A nation that Kwame Nkrumah have gotten for us, a nation of vision, a nation of love, a nation of resources. Today, the government of the day, the people in government are more than schemers. They want to scheme their ways through power, to power. They want to bribe people. Who are these people we've gotten on our neck? It's so surprising. And now you realize that electoral laws are no more observed. The mental and others are sitting down and look. They cannot do anything in the presence of these scammers.
You mean the EC is toothless, right?
Yes. Where are the rules? Where are the rules? They did that in Kumewu and they are doing it today. It has become their modus operandi to win, to take people's power by force. That is the modus operandi of MPP. Taking people's power by force. Taking people's power by deceiving them. Taking people or stealing people's power. which is not good for us. I am sure today the Assin of people will stand up to the occasion. Actually, even if you've gotten the money, take it. But vote your conscience. Because I cannot understand that a government that is torturing their son, a government that is torturing their son, will be using money to buy their vote again, and they will give it to them. For the money, it is our money. They can take it, but they should not vote for them.
That's right.
These people are scammers. These people are behaving like thieves. Why can't their roads that they say they have asphalted, the AstroTurf, the graded roads, the hospital they say they have built, why can't they campaign on that? Why can't they campaign on that? That is what we would like them to campaign on. Look at the NDC people. Not because I am in the NDC, but they go to the villages everywhere to tell the people the truth. MPP says no. Even the president of the Republic of Ghana is comparing Abu Sakande's case to that of Techikwesi. What a crime we've gotten on our head as government. What is this? Our president is a lawyer. So what a crime have we committed? Our president is a lawyer. They say he is a lawyer. And you see the people surrounding him. They could not tell him to stop. As a president of the Republic of Ghana, somebody who did not go to parliament with a Canadian passport is being compared and telling the people that his situation is similar to Abu Sakande, who campaigned, won, and in the House of Parliament was having 3 passports, citizenship passports, that of Ghana, that of Burkina Faso, that of Britain. Our president, who ought to know best, who ought to educate us, look at what he's doing. That is why somebody described it, that our president is behaving like a spoiled kid. A spoiled kid. That is how our president is behaving. So if my child is at the campaign ground listening to the president and says that, oh, what president says is true, and he uses that information to go and write examination, will he or she pass or fail? Comparing the situation, the two situations, making them the same. Will my child fail? That is no wonder. You see, these are the people who took our money. Yesterday after them, over 200 million CDs paying for teachers like trainees allowance, nursing trainees allowance. Then after they have completed school and they are staying in the house after the national service, they wrote licensure exam without any tuition. They failed. So our money has gone down the drain. These are the people. So you ask yourself, who are these people who sat down on the thinking table to think for this nation, bringing out policies, failed policies, throwing money into the gutters? People are suffering and intentionally collapsing businesses. That is what I asked earlier, that what a crime have we committed upon ourselves to have this crop of MPP people be in government. So we are praying for the journalists at the Assin of today. Everybody should tread cautiously, because MPP is behaving like a wounded lion. MPP is behaving like a wounded lion, but will not give them that chance today. God will not give them that chance. We don't have any power, but we're saying that God will not give them that power.
That's right.
They turn back and look at how the rivers of Ofinsu North are polluted. It is by this government and the MPP people. So they should look at the stability of the waters and vote against MPP.
All right.
They should look at the exchange rate and vote against MPP today.
All right. Honorable,
But I
so
wish everybody
with your political lens, at the end of the day, you are sure of victory for the MPP, NDC's candidate.
with God in our boat, Chichi Kwesi is going to win.
All right. Thank you very
I
much.
am sure you saw the research that has gone on.
That's right.
And
That's
that
right.
those are issues of hope.
Mm.
And anybody who is sharing money in the broad daylight to win shall lose. It means he knows himself that he has lost the battle, but he wants to steal the election.
All right.
That
Sure. Honorable, thank you for your time. Always a privilege to have you on our show. Thank you so much. All right. So that was Honorable Jachi Kwesen speaking to us concerning the Assin North by-election. So we have our reporter back on the line. I'm putting our reporter back on the line. Kwekwe Friye will be speaking to us again. There's been an arrest. I want him to verify for us. Minua.
Yes, sir.
What's happening there? There's been an arrest.
Yes.
I think it's gone viral. I spoke to Honorable Daniel Ashiama, former MP for Buem constituency, and he confirmed that there's been an arrest about doling out of monies by an MPP official. So can you give us the details?
Yes, actually, the arrest is not on the doling of the money.
Okay.
But rather, there were allegations of money sharing, as we've already reported.
Okay.
And I think some NDC members wanted to go to the specific place where the act is being purported to have happened.
Okay.
And in the process, there are some security guards from the MPP side who prevented them. And one of them even took away the phone of those guys who were rushing to the scene. I'm sure they wanted to take a video shot of that. So the police have rather arrested the bodyguards who prevented those people from entering.
No vigilantism.
Yes, for taking the phone of another. So that is the issue. That's exactly what transpired here to cause the arrest of that particular guy.
So far, what's happening? So far, has there been any mishaps from
No. I've told you
parties?
that
There's calm. I mean, everybody's voting. All right.
If you are not that smart on the ground, you wouldn't even notice that there was an arrest.
Okay.
It was so calmly done, and the person was carried away. You know, as a question, they have a police station here.
Okay.
So they have been taken to the place. I'm sure by the close of the day, they will find an appropriate way of dealing with that matter.
So you detailed all your reports, because when I call in the afternoon, you take time to take us through all the happenings and the mishappenings.
Let me feed the body, because since morning we are yet. So
very
I'm
important.
at an Ethel joint. You
That's
know,
right.
we love
very.
So
I'm coming for the Abanji festival, so hopefully I'll try my hands on. And
for the Abanji, you have no option than to come.
I'll be there. All right, so stick and stay. Thank you for speaking to us. That was our reporter. The arrest is about some people giving out monies to influence electorate to vote towards a certain line. David Santos,
Attorney General.
Hey, politicians.
Attorney, you know something? When you see a boiled water, you don't test it to check whether it's hot or not. This election is not just a mere election.
I'm telling you.
So at the day of election, you are sharing money. You are testing yourself, or you are testing the security. It's
right.
good they have picked them.
That's right.
This shows a good example.
The picking is not enough. That's my problem in Ghana.
Yes.
You know, there's this school of thought that, obi a bonani and money bail. Once you are arrested and you are granted bail, the rest is bonus.
Yes,
I mean,
it's true.
The power will change hands.
Yes, but at least it can calm those who are.
In fact, they actually arrested the so-called bodyguards, the macho men, as we call them.
Hey.
Yes. So Dampare is not joking.
For that man,
you go and throw your muscles around.
Yeah.
And you see where power lies. You see, when I see people who are not muscularly built, you know, with that muscular presence, and they demonstrate power, I love them. Like I said, you get here.
Yes.
My goodness. I said I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
You look at the IGP, he's not a well-built, huge person.
Yeah.
He's not muscularly built.
Power is sweet.
When he speaks,
yes.
Order from above.
Yes.
So I like that. So let me go for a break, and then when I'm back, you take the rest of the time to digest what has been shared so far.
All right.
Let's take a stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show with PAPALAW Perfect. All right, Omambi Yefimenu Mienwara. 27 minutes on top of the hour. Did I say 27? 23 minutes on top of the hour. 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of PAPALAW Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com. It's getting interested. In fact, today we came online very early for your sake to give you update, in-depth analysis concerning the Assin not by election. We'll be back. We'll do the extended version in the afternoon, and then we'll pair the two major candidates, Charles Opoku against James Jachi-Kwesen, and see who is going to carry the day. I'm sure. I wish that by now it's 7 p.m. so that we'll know who is who. Because these two major political parties are bent on winning this election as a bragging right, and also to prove to the other parties that, hey, we are in for a real battle come 2024. David Santos, so far, so good.
Yeah, so far, so good. Yeah. We always come here to give the details or the update that
it's credible, it's authentic.
And it's one because
and the cry anya crane.
Hey,
Mpɔtam Morning Show. Crane. Attention please. Crane.
Assembly please.
Crane.
One dear ubeti. Emsa obi aye word page ni so now obi say no obi bo clean
I see
page ni so say
and
ye be fine we work
I just say ya monti no ebinom kura ani anye
debi
ya bo
page
the impact I make
say na o pese ochi wadwen mra so say ene dia say omo twen clean na one more clean
and ya bomo
yes I tell
it's better late than never.
Yeah,
sure.
So, yeah.
Is it not that?
Yeah. I tell you.
All the issues from reporter Kwaku Efriye, your mentor, John Apia, to the sport, and then to Honorable Daniela Shiama, back again to a reporter. What can you say?
All right, so I would like to take Mr. John Apia message.
That's right.
And then the rest is politics, so I'll just combine them and then we continue from there. So let me start from Mr. John Apia, a message to us this morning about job vacancies and all that. He has spoken very well. I don't even know that even if you are looking for a job and you type on Google,
that's right.
even around,
that's right,
it can give you some of the job vacancies that are available. And so I have also learned something there. And the process, he says something, meaning I don't even know that when you are there, you have to be always updating your CV, or you don't have to carry one CV for different kind of job vacancies that you have. Meaning, if you have a CV, my CV is about journalism and all that, and probably I want to do a different work. Yes,
you have to do the CV in relation with the job you want to go for.
I didn't know.
I also didn't know, so we have learned. That's why here we educate, we inform, and above all we entertain.
I didn't know, so I was also thinking the same CV since it's mine,
That's right.
and that's what I do. Any job at all, I can
That's
take
right.
my CV to. But today we've learned something from.
I think what I learned from that is the fact that when you carve your CV,
yeah,
to meet the demands of that company, is the best.
It's the
because
best.
in your CV you have to display your strength in that field.
Okay.
Not in your journalism.
Yeah.
Because they don't need it there.
Exactly.
So what you are going for, do a CV that has a correlation with the job you want to.
Fantastic. So today I've learned a lot from that. And then identifying the job vacancy. Sometimes you have to identify the job before you make an attempt. That is right. And then packaging yourself for the job vacancy. That is the CV. He's talking about the CV.
Yeah.
And he made mention of some people, they are very lazy to the extent that they don't even know how to write their CV. They just pick it online and then
some
just change
people
something.
even create it for them.
Yes. But
and
which
they
is
do
bad.
copy and paste.
Yes, which is bad.
How can you do copy and paste when it comes to your curriculum vitae?
So one how can I say you
And
copy
yeah, no, I
and paste.
careful.
Yes, so
copy baby
and so you have to make sure that the what you have written in the CV is about yourself, and you know much more about what you have written in the CV. And so that is also there. And then application letter, and then the job interview. That is where what you have placed in front of them, that is your CV. Now they are going to stand on your CV to interview you. And so what about now that you've copied somebody, copy and paste? Now you bisa wasem now you bisa wasem na want me ankano the we are uchro no wo CV ni mu a wanya asem.
But you know it's not easy. I mean, when you are going for
it's not easy.
An interview, I mean, you feel jittery. It's normal.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter who you are going to meet for the first time.
Yeah.
As a normal human being, that's, I mean, emotional trauma. I mean, even the night before you go for the interview, maybe you might not be able to sleep.
Yes, to sleep. Yeah, and because you'll be making a lot of.
You have a lot of assumptions.
Yes.
And I like what he said. I got to know today that you can even have levels of interviews from 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I also got to know today. Yes, and so job vacancies. There are a lot of things that goes inside. For you to be able to qualify for that particular job. And so don't forget the networking section, because the networking is the most important thing right now. As we are talking about right now, is networking.
Yeah.
If you don't have network, if you are not connected to people,
you have a long way.
You have a long way to go. And so that is it. And so Attorney, I have learned a lot.
That's right.
Let me say, as I'm coming here, this is the only company that I came for interview, and the people who are interviewing me, they are not one. So that should tell you where you are coming to work. And so when you are not serious, it means you
That's true.
The possibility of you losing that vacant is high.
That's
because
right.
4 people, one is asking different,
That's
one
right.
this one is asking.
That's
so
right.
if you are not smart, if you are not prepared, you lose. And so that is that. Let's
so
go
when
to
people say from today, from the lessons we have learned today, when people say there is no job vacancies or opportunities, we should be able to tell them that it's a lie.
It's a lie. Yes.
Go online jobs in Ghana.
Yeah.
And you find different categories of job opportunities that brings itself. So
yeah.
I think we have to be there. Saturday we have to be there.
Yeah, we will be there.
Conference room.
Yeah.
University of Ghana, Legon, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Exactly.
Awesome program.
We have
I
to
will
be
be there.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
Yeah, sure. So we are calling each and everyone to be there.
Yeah.
Yes. This one we are doing it for you people.
That's
so
right.
you have to be there. And so Attorney, quickly on the delivery on the Assin North by-election, which is
what about the Ashaman? I'm sure you have to add the Ashaman road issue and all.
Yes, I will do that quickly. And you know the reason why we are here is to build communities.
Yeah.
And so we don't just go and take the story
and leave
then
it there.
yes, we give you update and we leave it. We make sure that we follow the yes,
we get
the right people.
resource.
Yes, and that's why the last time we called one of the it seems the MP, and then we spoke to them to find the way. Later on, we got the information that as they were doing the exercise, they met the MC,
Honorable
Ochre, and then
Bibi and
yes, but at least
Bibi papa
Opeden
Bibi or Peroff
Bibi they said also the Bibi said then
yes so Bibi the omo catch me
and to once one bisam
me pempo se me bisa
because
MP a wote hwa unim se kwan ase wo fa kwan na so se be conscience in kira wo se e wo se me lobby Miami own government when ye MP or lobby abaya na baya opposition we wow ucho
yes, so Attorney, that alone, I like the step that Honorable and Snogbe took, because that alone, Ebema Obia who said the MC is not doing well, and it is not the responsibility of the MP to do that. It is the responsibility of the MC and then the MCCs to make sure that
communities are developed.
Yes, and so that alone. Today we got a result from the exercise that went on, which is it seems last 2 weeks. And so kudos to them. But we want the actual thing to be done, not only to grade the place and then it rains, this whole place will scatter again. We don't want that to happen. So we are waiting for them to do the right thing, and then the right thing should be done as soon as possible. And then today, early in the morning, we had our reporter. My own boss, he's called AKUFO-ADDO, reporting for her early in the morning. It's not easy to wake up around 4 and this thing to make sure
the so-called media giants were sleeping when we were already reporting.
Yes, and so
that's a great job.
Attorney, I know that today. The election is, even though this is not a general election, this is a by-election, but it's looking like a general election because yes, a by-election whereby you see the political giants, you see all the big people that we know them to be in the political field to be at Assin North. That should tell you that it's not going to be easy.
If the current minority leader in parliament is one of the observers, agents, for the NDC, then you should know that they are not leaving any stone unturned.
Not at all, not at all. But all that we are praying for is that they should make sure, sir, everything should go on well, so we will have a
peaceful, credible, free and fair election.
That is it. I heard that. We got the information from our reporter saying that some people are sharing money. This is not the time to do that. That is bad.
Politicians.
Yes, that is bad. You see, at the day of voting, you are calling people to a corner to share money to influence them. And even Inspector General of Police has even given an update before today election that nobody should intimidate anybody. They have already prepared already. Yesterday I told you that now what they are waiting for is to give them the ballot paper to go and vote, because the people are prepared already. You coming to tell them what to do at a time, it will bring a whole lot of things, and we don't want that to happen. So let's follow the rules of the game. If you don't understand the game, when you vote finish, just go and sleep. Because metaphorical language is not for everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. my co-host David Santos. Let's get interactive. Let me read some of your comments that have trickled in. Somebody was telling me, you don't read our comment, but you expect us to comment. So today I'll do justice to some of your comments. Elizabeth Akosien Kebuari, good work done, PAPALAW Radio. Reverend Raymond Opoku, one of my best friends. He's now with the wife, enjoying the wife and everything that concerns wife. Man of God, how are you doing? I was London. He's now in London, no more in Ghana. I asked him, how are you going to manage Racing Radio? He said, I'll manage it from here. Ghana, Monfa. He said, we should take Ghana. He said, watching you live. PAPALAW Radio is the best. Thank you for your kind words and your best wishes. Ohineba Kofi Prince, he said, good morning, PAPALAW Radio /TV. Nana Banan said, hashtag team success with thumbs up emoji. Good morning, my people. Abubakari Musa, good morning, my brother. You're doing a great job, but be bold and say the truth to be an episode. Anana ikweku kasano na nkonka dey ni wahu no woka ya mamu church say ni amane ma ha de o church say 1 to 1 to no ma block you. Kumate Doris, good work Papa. The truth is bitter, but it must be told. Stick and stay right here. Did I say stick and stay? We are done. This is where we draw the curtains on today's edition. Your favorite morning show, Mpɔtam morning show with PAPALAW Perfect. God bless you. Thank you very much. Madam Gifty Anani, my co-host David Santos, my producers Jude GH. God bless everybody. Cheslina will be on your radio for Pillow Low Drive, Kofi Yesu with Ghana and Sam, Ranabanan with Mid Morning Brew. I came, I saw, and I conquered. Stick and stay right here. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.